So just give it a second. Let me let some people get in here and let me know
Okay.
if the audio is good. I mean, I hear you good, but we'll let some people tell me if they hear you good. Let me mess with this.
Hopefully,
Say that again.
I said hopefully they can.
I'm pretty sure because the way I'm running the audio, it's not going in directly. It's going in through the same audio as mine, so you should be good. I just want to make sure you're not like lower than I am in the audio. Let's see about that. Oh,
Have
audio
you
is
always been?
good. All right. Tip Network says audio is okay. Like just okay or is good. So audio is okay. Oh man. What's the weather like there in Dallas? You got Is cold for you guys, or is this starting to get a little warmer?
It is. It's hard. So something today, something you know, gutters on the building.
Mm.
It fell like completely off today. That's how hard it's raining here.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
I
That's
bet it's sunny here.
sunny.
Yeah, out there.
Oh, Miami. Oh yeah, it was hot as hell today. It was sunny, sunny, sunny. It's extra sunny today. I was like, damn, man. Yesterday it was kind of chilly though, a little bit, a little bit.
It's been hot.
Yeah, we've been going in and out. Shout out to Tip Network, first in the building. You guys must get a special notification. You, my audio is choppy, or you're saying her because she's having a couple of freezes. Looks like only Grover and me in here. Yeah, we'll see who else is coming in. But you're saying her audio is a little bit choppy, or both of ours? Which Scott? Which one? See if we can figure this out. Yeah, but your Wi-Fi looks good now. You look clear. I see you clear. You're looking good.
Yeah, I off my phone.
Yeah. Oh, you did?
Yeah,
So Sprint isn't that bad.
it is horrible.
It's better than T-Mobile.
When I go to Louisiana to my family, I like my phone does not work.
Yeah, it's like your voice keeps stop when you talk. When you talk.
Yours did it. Yours did it right now.
No, I'm doing that on purpose, though. I'm doing that on
Oh,
purpose. So I don't know if you hear me chopping.
I
You hear me perfect?
yeah,
So then
but
so then we got to figure out why you chopping. Then we got to figure it out.
I, it's Sprint. I'm
No,
telling you.
because what I'm saying is your actual internet is not stopping. You get what I mean? Your actual internet's
Oh,
not freezing, just your audio.
my boy, probably. I don't my phone.
Hmm.
I said it's probably just my phone.
Hmm. You're gonna have to use sign language. Yeah, she
I
might.
know my name sign language.
You know sign language? Yeah,
L
yeah, but these
A E
dudes,
C.
these dudes don't though. So that's the thing. Shit, what can we do, Scott? What can we do to get her better connection? mm, I don't know.
I'm sorry. You want me to drive to Starbucks?
I don't know if it's just that because I feel like your internet is okay now. Because you haven't
Mm-hmm.
frozen. Like the video hasn't frozen. Just just your voice every so often. Omar, what's up? We're trying to figure out if we can like hear her clearly, if we can work through it. Maybe it'll just get better as we go on. So,
Yeah, hopefully.
all right, all right. So I'm gonna let a couple more guys get in here. We're like 2 minutes from 8:45 Miami time. So yeah, about then I think we're just gonna introduce you, and you can start telling us about your career, Dallas, your experiences, Your views on modern dating, relationships. Um, you should interview Mac the Day Gamer. I don't know who these people are, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know who these people are. Always telling me interview somebody I don't know who they are. Uh, not like not 95% of the people they're like you should interview. I've never heard of these people.
Oh, they're saying.
Yeah, Omar is saying that you're fine. DMV, we in the building.
All right. So do you want me to start?
Facebook Messenger audio is usually good. Yeah, just keep it going. If it gets bad, then change it. It's manageable now. Okay, all right. They're saying the audio is not too bad. I think you just, if anything, might have to talk like a little bit slower, you know, just in
Like
case.
this?
Yeah, because you said like, and it was like this. You see what I mean? But we still know what you said because it was slow. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, if it was fast, then we'd be like, wait, what'd she say? So yeah, I think we're gonna be all right. Um,
Okay.
all right, so yeah, so we're coming up on 8:45 now. So all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the young lady. Let me just go ahead and get uh, your solo screen thing going on, and then you can just tell us your name, age, where you're from originally, where you at now, how long you've been there, what you do for a living, single,
My.
dating, married, fucking around, the whole 9 yards, and we'll flow from there. All right.
Oh shit! You put me on the spot.
Yeah. All right. All right. So, how you doing? What's your name? How old are you? Where you from?
My name is Necia, but I go by. I will be 30 next month, May 15th. Uh, I am currently in a relationship. Uh, I've been cutting hair for right now. Right now I'm working Arlington. I've been in the Arlington area for, but at the end of this month, I'll be downtown Dallas. For those of you who are, um, yeah, I have a 9-year-old. I'm hoping to have another one. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes.
All right. So, a few things I didn't hear. The eight you cut out when you you cut out when you said your age, um, and I think your career. So wait, reiterate age and career.
Huh? I'm a barber. That's
Mm-hmm.
my career.
Okay.
I will be 30.
Okay. I read your lips. You said 32.
32.
Yeah, you definitely do not look 32. So I'm surprised. I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, I had no idea. I thought you were like 27, 26, something like that. I don't know.
A lot of people think that I'm in my early 20s.
Yeah, you definitely have the look. Mm-hmm.
And they'll ask me, like, what's my favorite? I tell them, well, I mean, I don't drink water. I eat everything. So, what it is?
That is interesting. So
I
how long have you been in a relationship? Because I'm not sure if you were single when we initially met. Like what was it, like 2 years
I
ago in
was very,
Dallas?
very single.
Oh, you were single then, right? That's
Yes.
what I thought. I swore that's what I remember. Okay, so how long you been with this guy?
7 months. Going.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, it's still relatively new and stuff like that.
Yeah. When we met, I was actually, it was not long, going through a breakup. So I was like my healing slash whole process. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do a relationship until I was actually ready to open up my heart to where I knew that I was ready to commit to someone. And yeah, I met him last August, 2 weeks after I had a stroke. So he came out of nowhere.
Wait, who had a stroke?
I had a stroke.
What? Hold on. You're too young to have a stroke.
Yes, I know. I had a stroke last August.
And what did what did the doctors say? They give you a cause?
They could not find anything that was wrong, and I feel like it was actually, I feel like it was I was really stressed out because I was transitioning one barbershop to another, nervous and in my head about it. I was overthinking to the point where I had horrible at, and then the next morning I woke up and lost speech. So it happened in my sleep.
Mm.
And then the doctors, the I was in the hospital for a week. The day I was there, they had ran one more thing and they found a little hole in my heart.
Okay.
So
So somebody's asking, could it be genetic? I don't know, because my mom had a stroke like a couple of years ago or a year and a half ago. No, it had to be 2 years ago. Yeah, it had to be because it was before I was with my girl that I'm with now. So it had to be at least 2 years ago. And fortunately, I just happened to be with her, which is random because I don't go to New York often, and I just happened to be with her. She would have been alone had I not been with her. Both my brother and my sister worked that night, so fortunately, I was able to rush her to the hospital. And I remember the doctor saying there could be some genetic connection because my grandmother had a stroke at 64, and my mother was coming up on, well, she was like, yeah, she I think 60. Yeah, she was coming up on 60 at the time that it happened. Um, so yeah, definitely stress related. That's something that doctors usually say is it's stress. But now I'm gonna ask you a question, and don't cap, be honest. Do you think that when you have a guy in your life, obviously, I guess a particular guy, do you think that you manage stress better, or that having that guy that's going to be a little bit more level-headed and more sane,
no,
it's worse?
it's worse. So this is actually the toughest relationship that I've been in. Um, I was talking to someone at the time stroke happened, and we were only for a month, and it just really took a toll on, like, I just before, but I was ready to start dating again. My heart to who I met. And I was the first guy I met. Oh, that was it. He was doing everything for me. We saw each other every day for months straight. Um, we met, and I had been looking for a long time. Then he with the, oh hey, go to Six Flags. So I'm like, hell yeah, I want to go to Six Flags. We ended up talking for a month. He was dealing with, he had a hard time opening up to me because I'm a very open, vulnerable, transparent. I have no filter. I'm like, Um, and he was dealing with an ex girlfriend who he had broken up with years before, who he was not over. It was like bringing stress on. And then I was in the process of one bar to another, and that it was just it. It got to be too much. Like I couldn't handle what was going
All right. Well, that's stress in the personal life and stress in the workplace, but I don't think that means guys are stressful. I think that particular guy,
on.
that particular guy, I think came with some with some stress. That's what I think it is. But yeah, personally, I believe that one of the jobs that men do for women is help them to manage their stress, help them to manage their emotions. Women tend to be anxious and worry about a lot of things that it's not that they're not things to be concerned about, it's that they're things to address and
Yeah.
develop a plan and put it into, some type of organization and say, okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to go about it? Let's compartmentalize it. And I feel like when that masculine energy is missing, women tend to be like mentally chaotic about these issues, and it begins to stress them out because they reduce it to just worrying. And worrying is not a strategy. Worrying is not a solution. In fact, worrying is a waste of energy because a lot of times you're making things bigger than they are because women tend to focus on the worst case scenario. They focus on what
Yeah.
they're afraid of happening rather than devising a plan to get what they want. It's more about what women are trying to avoid than it is about what they want. It's like, oh, I don't want to deal with this type of guy because I don't want this to happen. And they'll put more energy into avoiding that type of guy than into finding the type of guy that they do want. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think that that type of clarity is something that, a guy can bring into a woman's life, should be bringing into her life, and be able to tell her, be able to listen to her problems, and then say, okay, let me first establish the root of the problem, and then let me figure out a solution, and then, I can help you with it, or I can at least tell you what I think you could or should do, or what is something to worry about and what isn't something to worry about. In any
Well,
event.
I wasn't getting like all we did for a month straight was I got off of work, we would go to his place, we would go get something to eat and watch. We was it like something about his past. He just didn't talk about it. Or when I would say, like what are some things you can accomplish? Like just we would not be able to conversation and like engage each other.
Okay, so he didn't bring a plan. That's what I'm saying. He didn't bring a plan.
No. So, yeah, and then what I was actually him whenever my stroke happened. And then whenever he was at the hospital and everything, but when my mom asked him, like she has a dog and everything, it's like he did admit like I feel conflicted when it comes to a relationship, and he said that he wasn't step up and my daughter.
Mm.
So I had to hear that from my mom. When he could have just told me that, I would have never. I did leave him alone before it happened, and like a week later, he hit me up like, I want to be in a relationship. And then as soon as I saw him, I hung out with him. The next day, couldn't talk.
Do you think that, like, working in the industry that you work in, do you think you have like somewhat of a better understanding of guys? I mean, is there a lot of guy talk that goes on in there? Because I mean, I don't know,
Yeah.
because it seems like I don't feel like the guys are too honest and upfront in Dallas.
Um. So in the barber shop, it's so funny because some of them are married or have girlfriends, and I will honestly say, from my opinion, I feel like I would never date them, like because they honestly play games.
What, you talking about barbers or
I would never talk to a barber.
what?
I would never talk to a barber. I hear three or four different barbers, and they lust. That's all they do is lust.
Well,
And
that's
I don't
that's
like.
just that's just the culture of the barbershop, though, is to talk about the girls that come in there. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
that's just guy talk, though. That's not exclusive to the barbershop. Guys do that in the locker room. They do that. You know what I mean? Guys are gonna do that from here to there. But in the barbershop, yeah, I will admit, I think it's a little bit more turned up with the gawking and the drooling and the, you know what I mean? Because you're there all day standing on your feet, you got shit to do. I grew up in a barbershop for you. Cause my stepfather, he was a barber and he owned like barbershops. So like I spent a lot of time in barbershops, and the guys were always drooling over some chick.
Were there any female barbers there during that time?
No, no, but he also owned a salon. So my aunt managed the salon. So I spent a lot of time listening to what women talk about. So that's why I've always had like both sides of the conversation, because I'd be in the barbershop on the weekends and I'd be in the salon on the weekdays, and I heard both sides and how they talk when the opposite gender is not not present. And that's how I realized
Yeah.
women are fake as shit. That's when I realized what women say to men's face is not what they say behind their back. Like I learned that at such a young age. Like I couldn't have learned it any younger, because the dudes would legit come in the salon. The women would all talk and act a certain way, and then as soon as he would leave, they would get to talking about him. They'd get to saying for real. Like a guy would literally come in and be like, "What up, Bibbs? You looking good? You looking nice? Oh, hey Patrick, how are you? Yeah, man, you look good. I love it. Your dress, everything. Yo, when you gonna let me take you out? Oh, I don't know. I'm just so busy, and I'm not sure I really want to see anybody right now. Oh, well, if you change your mind, I always want to date you. Oh, okay, Patrick. I think about it. It's just, not right now. And blah, blah.
Um,
And as soon as he leaves, they be like, that ugly ass. I would never do that. Like, yo,
oh,
Patrick,
that's the women that show off.
huh?
Mm. I said that's the type of women that like to show off, that like they're play.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I realized they were fake as hell, bro. Because they would let guys, do all kind of nice things for them, all kind of gestures, pay for their parking, buy them lunch, all kind of shit. So I kind of was already hip to it. So,
Yeah.
so I wasn't one of those dudes that was like in school, like buying girls lunches and being nice and accepting excuses and girls putting me on ice and putting me in the friend zone. Like I already knew, because I was around grown ass women doing it. So I was like, oh, this bitch don't like me. Like I already know. I'm not giving you my chocolate milk. You give me your chocolate milk. Like I'm not playing that
But you
shit. So
have to,
wait, say it again.
I say you have to get them. Not all women are like that.
Nah, most of the no, women are not gonna be honest, bro. That's the thing. I'm not saying they're like intentionally lying. What I'm saying is, if a woman is not interested, like I learned at a young age, she's not gonna tell the guy she's not interested. Like in other words, women
well,
aren't. They're not gonna turn down free attention, is what I'm trying to say. They're not gonna say like, hey, stop complimenting me, stop being nice, stop offering me things, stop asking me out. They're not gonna say that. They're just gonna keep giving you excuses. You see what I mean?
yeah. Well, I mean, I've plenty of guys hopping in before. I was like, say like fuck off or not, and then I would share with my brother type of comments that he was, well, you might be interested if you're responding. So I stopped responding.
Yeah, but see, but that's what I'm trying to say. Like, guys don't understand it. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
look how many guys are like messaging girls first thing in the morning. Good morning, beautiful. And the girl might text back, "Oh, thank you. Good morning." And the guy thinks like he has a chance now. You see what I'm saying? And she's already decided never in a million years, but the guy has no idea. So he's wasting that energy. And
Yeah.
she's gonna allow him to do it, because women are all about feelings, and it makes her feel good about herself. That's the thing. And I try to explain that to guys. It's like, you have to understand, women are waiting around for the guy that they're attracted to come to them. And
Yeah.
as that process is taking place or not taking place, they're insecure. Like, am I good enough? Am I
It,
beautiful enough? Am I this enough?
it,
So any guy that's gonna tell them, you're beautiful, you're wonderful, you're gorgeous, any man would be lucky to have you, they're gonna keep that type of shit around, because that's like the antidote, the medicine to their insecurity. So until the guy that they actually want, or guy that they're actually attracted to, comes around, they'll let guys they're not attracted to go ahead and compliment them just to keep their ego intact. I mean, it is what it is. And they do the same thing with every area of life. Whether they want to
well,
admit it or not, majority of women, they will let non-attractive guys subsidize in other areas. They'll let a non-attractive guy come and fix their pipe for them. Not the sexual pipe, but like literally get under their sink and fix a pipe. If they don't have a boyfriend, if they're single, they'll let a guy that they're not interested in go and change their oil for them. They'll let a guy lend them some money for the rent and never pay him back. Like, they'll let random dudes that they're not interested in do the type of things that a man would do for her in a relationship for her, while she's in between men. It is what it is. And I'm not saying it's like, demon, because men
yeah.
do the same thing sexually. Men will literally be hooking up with girls that they're not interested in relationships with. They'll take them on dates. They'll go see movies with them. They'll watch Netflix and chill. They might come over and let the girl cook for them. They'll do all kind of little shit that normally you would do in a relationship while they're in between relationships.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Well, nowadays, I think women are women ain't shit. I'm a boss ass bitch. I feel like more nowadays it's like that. Like we say, oh, we don't and this, and that. And I've known plenty of women who try being celibate just to avoid being
Connected.
And yes, and connected,
Mhm.
emotionally connected. But I, and I've been like, um, if I interested in someone, I'm the one to go after them. But except the relationship that I'm now, it a lot differently. I didn't go after him.
I mean, men and women are funny because they'll do the same thing or similar things for a completely different reason. Like right now, I have a chick who's like, she just broke up with her guy, and she's at that place. You know how women are when they just break up with a guy, he cheated on them or whatever, and now it's like, oh, I don't want to see anybody else and blah blah blah. But she's like getting extremely horny at certain times, and so then it's like she'll play with herself, right? As not to have to be with an actual guy. Whereas when a guy plays with himself, it's because he can't be with an actual girl. It's hilarious to me. They're both masturbating, but literally for the opposite reason. The guy's masturbating because he wants a girl and can't get one. The girl's masturbating because she needs a guy and doesn't want it. So she's like, so that I don't have to have sex with a guy. Allende, what are you doing? Let's FaceTime. Let's have phone sex. It's like, how does that benefit me? You see what I mean? But I don't want to do that because if I do that, then I know that I'm gonna be stuck wanting that now, the real thing. You see what I mean? So they don't even want to go down that road. But that's something else I noticed many years ago, that women will do all these things to just to protect their feelings, like just to avoid getting attached. They'll do all kind of like gymnastics. You understand what I'm saying? Like for example, I'll give you another example of things I've seen women do. And like instead of masturbation, right? What they'll do is they'll hook up with a random dude at a club that night, but they won't give him the right number. They won't give him the right name. They'll lie and say they don't have social media so that they can get the sex, but the next day they don't have to worry about wanting to contact him, and they don't have to worry about him contacting them because they don't have each other's contact.
Yeah.
You see what I'm trying to say? Because she knows that if she sleeps with this guy, and then for whatever reason he wants to sleep with her again, and he actually calls her or texts her, he's watching her stories, right? He's DMing her. She knows she's not going to be able to resist. Like she knows she can't control herself. So what she'll do is she'll say, you know what? I'm going to block his number so that I won't even know if or when he tries to contact me. Like I wouldn't even know. Or I'll give him the wrong number to begin with. And then I'll lie to him and say I don't have social media. And then the guy will have no idea what's wrong. He'd be like, I don't understand. What did I do wrong? And it's like, you didn't do anything wrong. In fact, you did everything right. And it terrifies her. So yeah, man,
I went through, like for a long time, I could not anyone. It's not that I want to. It's just that I had gotten used. I was able to somehow along the way master detach from people. And whenever I was going through my single phase, I was completely honest with everyone. And, I would tell them that for anything, I don't have feelings for them. I've hurt 3 people, not intentional, but they ended up catching feelings for me. And so had to like end things with.
Mm.
So it's not just trying to. It's just I couldn't. I was always able to give, but never receive because I was like just completely. It like I didn't do it on purpose. If they am beautiful, it's like it would go in through one ear and out the other. It's not that I didn't believe them or insecure. It's just I didn't care for, and I didn't care about the effort. In.
Well, what's the longest relationship you ever been in?
Does high school count?
I mean, if it's the longest relationship you ever had, shit.
Yeah, that was that was like 7 on and off, and he was cheating all the time.
You said 7 years?
Mhm.
You were in high school for 7 years?
It lasted after high school.
I'm joking. Like, goddamn, how many times did you get left back? How many times did you fail the 10th grade, girl? Oh my God.
Yeah, that relationship taught me that, oh my God, men can love you and beg on their knees and like still have girls, women.
Hold on, that's very important what you just said. Very few people, like very few women know that, and even less women understand it, and even less women than that know it, understand it, and accept it. And the issue is that's a cultural thing. That's not a feelings thing. That's not an emotion thing. That's not a right or wrong, yes or no. That's simply a cultural thing. Because how a man shows he loves a woman has absolutely nothing to do with not having sex with other women. Of course, you can't say that to modern women because they can't wrap their head around that because they've never understood it to begin with. They were raised up to think differently because we live in a society where men have to constantly pretend to think and want something different than they actually do. So because we have to hide our true nature and hide our true, thoughts. Now when you hear it later on, it's lies. It's lies. You're lying. It's lying. It's like, and it's funny because no man says that to another man. No man is like, yo, you know how I know you don't love her? Because you be sleeping with other women. It's like we all, as men, we understand that means absolutely nothing. And the irony is, the lengths that men will go to get away with cheating within itself shows how much they love and care about the girl they're with. I mean, just fucking think about it. Look how much these guys will do to try to get away with this shit and not get caught. If they didn't really love and care for the girl, they'd be like, it is what it is.
If a woman was to do this, y'all are like, throw the whole woman away.
Yeah,
why is that?
Yeah, because it's different. It's absolutely different, and that's part of why women don't understand. Different. Oh, it's extremely different. No woman is sleeping with multiple guys and loves any of those guys. Women aren't. First of all, women aren't truly loving more than one man at a time. It's just that ain't what time it is.
I'm not in that category.
What do you mean you're not in that category? So you could be in love with a guy and still sleeping with other guys?
I've done it before.
What? How? That means you must have been mad at him. You must have been trying to get revenge.
No. Okay. So he sometimes was because I was mad. It was because I wanted to.
What else I'm trying to say? It ain't because everything is right. It ain't because everything in the relationship is going peachy. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, everything could be great in the relationship and the guy's still going on to sleep with other women. We're just wired that way. We're wired that way. And the fact that men don't is just a show of self-control because you're like, nah, it ain't worth losing. It ain't worth losing my girl and everything we got together, shit we got in each other's names and you know what I'm saying? We got this and that. We live together. We got a kid and all. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Is that guys know that women can't handle it.
I think I don't speak for like all women, but the older that I got, it's like my conscience I don't like the feeling of stability. And so whenever I was in my last relationship, and that whole, it was, you know, a big mess, the breakup, I was completely honest with people after that because me and him, and like I had to, like, I felt so guilty, and it's like, shit, this is not like, this is not, I don't like to people. So when I got in this relationship, this is the honest that this is the honest that I've been in. Yeah, this is the only one relationship been completely honest about everything, whether it's ugly, good, bad. And I learned it. You know, the older I got, I learned to, like, whatever. Like, I've cheated on every dude that I've been with, and
Wait, hold on, back it up. Hold on, you said you cheated on every guy you were with?
yeah, because they did it first.
Oh my God. Oh, good Lord.
I took the opportunity as like, okay, well, if you can do it, I can do it. I've been.
Nope. Now, I'm not, listen, I don't care what a girl does. You're not going to make me a shitty person. I don't give a shit. If a girl lied to me, I'm not going to start lying to her because she lied to me. You're not going to make me a shitty person. You know what I mean?
No.
I'm going to ride out. I'm going to ride out with my morals till the shit over, and still I'm going to take my integrity with me. You get what I'm trying to say?
They would cheat first, and you know.
So then just leave them. So then leave them.
But see, that's what I learned. So from this last one, I learned so much shit, because the reason why I learned so much shit after this last one was because it was the longest I had been single. I was always jumping in relationship for relationship. I'm like, I was trying to, but after this, so bad that I took some time to actually work on it. So if it were to happen to me, I would be happy because I did everything in my power to, you know, make it work, and I got to.
So wait. So what's different now? Is this something different about this guy, or something different about you?
It's something different about me, and you know, it's something different about him too. But it all has to do with me. What I learned through the healing, like my eyes have opened to things that, you know, I didn't, you know, like,
Take the time to notice before.
yes, and
Sound like you took accountability. That's what it sounds like.
yes, I mean, like, I hurt people, and you know, I don't feel good about it, but I forgave myself about it for a long time. Like, I've worked on so many traumas that I didn't even know that I had, and I still have triggers, but I'm into this relationship knowing how to communicate, knowing what I shouldn't do. How do I do it? And I'm still working, but it's helping.
Okay. So does this guy? Is he gonna want children? How old is this guy?
He's 31.
Oh no, he's
So
young. He's young.
that's another thing. I'm
Younger than
31.
you. He's young. You're not young. He's
young.
young.
We're both the same age.
Yeah, but men and women, the ages aren't the same. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
A 30-year-old woman is not equivalent to a 30-year-old man. 30-year-old man is just getting into his grown man. A 30-year-old woman, she's already like past that phase, right? Now she's coming out of the dating market. A guy at 30 is just now finally actually entering the dating market. It's like, oh no, he's been dating in his 20s. Listen, in his 20s, he didn't have the leverage, he didn't have the options. When you're 20 something, you can't date whatever age group you want. You can't date on any level you want. You can't say I'm 25, I'm ready to get married, have kids, and buy a house. Oh, I'm 25, I'm gonna date a 40-year-old woman. I'm 25, I'm gonna date an 18-year-old woman. I'm 25, I'm gonna date a 25-year-old woman. No, you don't have none of those fucking options. You're 25, you can date 18 to 24. That's what you could do at 25. Because
Yeah.
anything else that you try to do, you're not gonna have even an even playing field, let alone an advantage. 25-year-old dating a 24-year-old, that's not an advantage. You're still at a disadvantage because a 30-year-old dude can take her away from you in a heartbeat. But when you
Yeah.
get 30, now you can play ball. Now you can say, I'm gonna fuck this cougar. She's 40 years old, but she still looks good. All right, I'm gonna date this girl that's 30, that's the same age as me because I'm not weighing my options correctly. Or I'm gonna date this
Yeah.
24-year-old because she's in her prime. You have the options now going into your 30s. So, you have that potential. So that's why I'm saying this guy, does he have children? And does he want
Yeah.
children? Oh, he has children already.
Mhm.
Okay.
He has a great daughter, and he does want kids. He does marry. Uh, so he married. I believe that. So like I actually got to know him. But yeah, so when so to me he's not old because I've been stuck with dudes in their mid-20s and late 20s. I can never meet someone like, and so we like I was at first. I had no desire to be with him. I was attracted to him, but I got to know who he was. And it was consistent, and it's still consistent. So um, he did let me know from day one. Like I married, um, and I mean I was in time, and then the first time, and my dad.
Well, how long was he married?
Huh?
Um, how long was he married?
No, he's never been. No, he's never. He don't get into a relationship, and then with mine, he wants to marry them, but just never works out.
Okay. Well,
He's been.
30 is young to be getting married as a guy, but hey, everybody makes their own decision. Everybody makes their own decision. You do what you do. I got married at like 30. What was I, like 33? And that shit was.
How old are you?
That shit was too. I'm 40 now. That shit was too young.
You do not look 40.
I know. I know.
What the hell?
Yeah, as long as my bank account look 40, I'm good. So I ain't worried about it at all. You see? But that's what I'm trying to say. At 40, I have the advantage. I have the leverage in the dating game. So, I mean,
Yeah.
what's a little 26-year-old, 27-year-old gonna say when I roll up on this chick? Nothing. You can't say shit. You better cross your fingers and hope she's thinking with love. She's thinking with emotions. That's the best you can do is hope that she's emotionally attached. Because if she's thinking logically, that's your ass. If she's thinking materialistically, that's your ass. If she's thinking lust wise, that's your ass. The only thing that's gonna keep you in the picture is, oh, he's been my boyfriend and I love him. That's it. That's it.
That's too shallow.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that fewer and fewer girls are saying that nowadays. Fewer and fewer girls feel that way because they've.
I need more. I need to know about.
Well, yeah, I mean that's because a lot of women have had enough partners now that lovey-dovey shit it ain't sticking like it used to stick. When a girl's only been with 3 or 4 guys, maybe you could get away with that attachment, that emotional attachment shit. But nowadays, these women have already had their heart broken. They've already broken up. They've already been cheated on. They've already wasted time on one guy and said, "I'll never do that again." So it's different. It's different. They're not trying to wait on anything and trust that some guy is going to change or become something different or whatever. So the women out there is looking for that kind of finished product. They're looking for that as is guy, which is a setup. It's a setup because not only do all the other women also want the as is guy, so you got too much competition. But the next thing is the as is guy doesn't fucking need you. The as is guy is like, yo, I did this by myself. Like I did this, I got this. I don't need to give it to some random girl that I just met because she's pretty and the sex is good. So I don't think women understand the mechanism as to why men want to share their resources and their lifestyle. I think a lot of these women are just trained to think that like guys want to do that just because they're beautiful, which is kind of asinine because there's beautiful women everywhere, which is why women are always so fucking insecure when they have a valuable dude. When girls have a guy of any type of value, they're always on edge. They're always insecure, and the reason is because you didn't earn that guy. You're not doing anything to fundamentally keep that guy, and you weren't there before he became that dude. So you feel uneasy because you know, whether subconscious or consciously, you know that everything that you did to get that guy in your life, another female could also do. Like you were looking good at the club one night. That same night, there were plenty bitches looking good. You know what I mean? He jumped in your DM. He can jump in any girl's DM. You see what I mean? So he saw you somewhere, was confident enough to talk to you. Well, he's confident enough to talk to any beautiful girl. So because there's no continuity, right? There's nothing specifically about you why you have some type of connection or bond. So you feel uneasy about it. It's just like when women have a job and they know that it was some affirmative action or some we have to hire a woman or a friend of a friend. When they know they're not essential to that work environment, they're uncomfortable because they know that they're replaceable. And so I don't know, man.
I think that all has confidence as well. If it was 100% confident and secure and and hopped in their DM or whatever, they know that they're aware of him really want that he's trying to get at, but at the same time they're worried because they probably have any other guy.
Yeah, but it's not about that. For women, it ain't about just any guy or whatever. It's about keeping the fucking guy you got or keeping the guy that you want.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, confidence has to come from something. And I think that's another thing is that women keep on throwing this confidence word around like it's a choice. I remind guys all the time, don't listen to this advice out here telling you to just be confident. Can't nobody just be fucking confident. That's not a decision. You don't just decide, you know what? I'm going to be confident today. It doesn't work that way. Confidence has to be built on something. It has to be backed by something. If I'm at a basketball game and they say, hey, we're going to pick a random person out of the audience to come down to the floor and shoot a jump shot. If the jump shot goes in, you're going to get $100,000. And you're not a fucking basketball player. You don't play ball. You didn't play middle school ball. You didn't play little league ball. You didn't play high school ball. You didn't play college ball. You didn't play no goddamn basketball. You mean to tell me you're going to just stand up and take a deep breath and be confident? You're going to go down there and miss that fucking shot. Because you don't have a confident jump shot because you don't play basketball. You're not a basketball player. You don't be hooping, bruh. You see what I'm trying to say? So you're going to go down there. You're going to brick that damn shot. And everybody gonna shake their head and say, "Oh, you could have had $100,000 that easy." But if you's a dude that played basketball your whole life and you hear that announcement, you say, "Hold on, time out. Seat 105, bruh, I'm seat 105." Yeah, they talking to you. You're like, "Nigga, I played basketball my whole life." You're like, "Oh shit, mama, I'm about to make $100K." You see what I'm saying? I'm water. Yeah. I'm water from there. Where you want me to shoot from? Oh my God. So what's up? You gonna give it to me cash, check? You gonna cash at me, Venmo? How we doing this? PayPal? Give me my money. So that's what I'm trying to say. You can't just go around telling people, be confident. Girl, just be confident. And that's the problem with a lot of these chicks nowadays is that their confidence is I spent $175 on lashes. I spent $1,000 on these shoes. I spent $2,800 on these implants. I'm saving up for a BBL, and there's a bunch of random dudes that I don't like in my DM telling me I'm beautiful. That's what their confidence is based on.
If I ever spend like that kind of money, I'm buying food because I love food. I don't wear lashes. I do get my hair done. Like, just these different type of personalities. I don't have to get my nails done. Those aren't. I don't know. I'm not type of.
Yeah, I mean, they gotta. Yeah, Black Pope. I'll get to that Cam Newton shit when I get to it. We ain't gonna talk about it now. But I'll get to that Cam Newton shit when I get to it. Huh?
I want to talk about. I was just talking about it.
No, you could give your opinion on it. I mean, I'm gonna make a whole goddamn video about it because I like Cam Newton.
I just feel like in this generation, women are doing and have been doing years, and now that women ask and act like this, it's a problem.
Well, hold on, it's not a problem. That's the thing. Like people feed it into the media. Like when these type of stories come up, people never stop and think, well, who's canceling him? Who are the people that have a problem with what he said? Who are the people that are presumptuous enough to think that they can have an opinion that's gonna affect him? So people aren't paying attention. This is the same shit as a fucking Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Y'all are unbelievable. People are unbelievable when they fall for shit like this. This is all fucking magic tricks and mirrors. This is all distraction. This is social engineering. You really think that Cam Newton, a professional fucking football player, multi-millionaire, is gonna be silenced by just random everyday women? You think everyday women think they have that type of power? Whoever it is that's canceling him, whoever it is that's making it a story, is part of the establishment. It's part of the media. It's not everyday women are like, oh, hell no. Oh, no, he didn't, girl. He ain't say that. Oh, hell no. Oh, girl, we about to cancel Cam Newton. That's not what happened. So everybody keeps playing into this shit, not realizing that it's all a game. It's all puppetry, right? Whether or not he organically said it or not, the people that are making it a main story are making it a main story because they are socially engineering us, because they're creating the narrative. And the narrative is you're not allowed to think or talk like this. You're not allowed to even have this opinion, men. And the way that we're gonna convince you of that is that when people that you think are powerful, people that you think are successful, say it, we shut them the fuck down. So the message that sends to the public subliminally is that if Cam Newton can't say it, boy, you know I can't say it. Nigga, please. None of these people are powerful, okay? See, we've been taught to confuse money and fame with power. Jay-Z and Beyonce ain't no fucking power couple. They didn't even choose to be a couple. They were put together. That's an arranged marriage. Meaning the power lies, just listen to what I'm saying. That means the power lies with the people that had a meeting and decided we're gonna put Sean Carter with Beyonce Knowles. All right, everybody agree? Aye. Okay, call Sean and tell him he's getting married to Beyonce. That's where the power is. And comedians try to slip that truth in there, but people just laugh and don't pay attention. When, I don't know if it was Chris Rock, but some comedian was like, you think Shaquille O'Neal is rich? He was like, bitch, Shaquille O'Neal is a slave. The person who signs his check is wealthy. That's the person with the power. But we look at Shaquille O'Neal and we think he has multiple houses, he has all this money, he won all these championships for the Lakers. Come on, man, how silly can you be? Who's signing his check is who tells him what to do. It's that simple. I don't know why people are so easily tricked. It's really simple. It doesn't matter if I have $10 million fucking dollars. It doesn't matter if I get paid $10 million a year. If I'm not my own boss, I'm not in control. The person that pays me $10 million a year, that's who's in control. If they tell me dress like Ronald McDonald, guess what I'm doing? I'm dressing like Ronald McDonald. If they tell me wear a dress, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm wearing a dress. So we're over here believing what the celebrities do, thinking the celebrities are acting on their own accord and they're doing what they feel and what they want to do. They're doing what the fuck they're told to do by who hired them. And the moment that you say, I don't want to do that, you end up like David Chappelle, off in Africa somewhere. You end up like fucking Cat Williams getting beat up by teenagers and going to jail. Okay, you end up like Martin Lawrence, half naked in the middle of the freeway, screaming they're trying to kill me. Or you end up dead in a hotel room and the details are super conspicuous. There's all these conspiracy theories. You disappear like Prince or Michael Jackson. So I'm just frustrated with the fact that people are so fucking stupid that we've been watching this happen for decades and people still haven't figured out that it's all a game. While Chris Rock is getting slapped by Will Smith, and they put that on every media, every mainstream media outlet, how is it that they're doing that? Meanwhile, the UN is talking about food shortages. They're talking about the New World Order. They're talking about banning meat, making eating meat illegal. They're talking about a one world government, one world currency. Literally the same week that we're talking about Will Smith, this is what the people in power are talking about. So you mean to tell me that that's what the news focuses on? You're focusing on Will Smith and Jada's marriage while the people that run the world are talking about making all these major changes? How stupid can the public be? I'm beyond disappointed with the human species. The human species is a fucking embarrassment. We're an embarrassment. How stupid could you be that you're over here talking about Will fucking Smith slapping Chris Rock and we're about to have 1/3 of the food production come to a halt? And you worried about an actor slapping an actor over another actor. And whether or not it was real or not. And I still got people DMing me and emailing me talking about, you have it all wrong. That the Will Smith slap was real. You fucking idiot. You know what's real? What's real is we're about to be out of fucking food, supplies, resources, and fuel. What's real is that we're about to have a whole new type of currency and 80% of the population ain't ready for the fucking transition.
Yeah.
That's what's real. So this whole Cam Newton shit is just another installment of why women are running around thinking that they don't need men and they don't want to be with men. Meanwhile, our children are growing up fatherless and we don't have a family unit, so we can't stay grounded and focused, so we're distracted by shit like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. That's why we were distracted by that type of shit, because majority of us were raised in a broken home, so we gravitate towards drama and materialism and all this dumb shit that doesn't matter instead of our families. Why are we worrying about what strangers are doing? Because we don't eat dinner as a family anymore.
They don't care about us. They don't exist.
No, but see, that's what I'm trying to say. It's all a big fucking game.
Yeah.
So for people to be like, oh, did you hear what happened with Cam Newton? It's like, there we go again. Here we go again with the distraction. And then you got women that are actually weighing in on this. It's like, first of all, the nigga ain't say nothing controversial. I watched it. He didn't say nothing controversial. He said, I want a woman that knows how to take care of her own, but also knows how to cater to a man. So now we're going to go ahead and inflate his statements and make it sound like he said something abusive or like he's subjugating women or something like that. Really? So you mean to tell me a nigga that makes multi-millions of dollars can't say that he wants a woman that caters to him and prioritizes him? When our great-grandfathers had that, though. My grandfather had that. He wasn't abusing my grandmother. Come on.
I must have heard. I didn't hear that.
That's what he said. What he said was simple. He didn't say anything serious. And then he went on to say that the men nowadays need to man up, which is true.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't hear that.
These women aren't even making any sense. These women sit here and support these things being said, and they follow it, in intention and with their words. Yeah. But these are the same women that be whining and crying and complaining at 37, 38 that no men want to marry them. No men want to ask them out. No men want to take them on real dates. It's just amazing to me that women are sitting here talking about, I'm strong, independent, I don't need no man, I'm never going to cater to a man, I'm never going to prioritize a man. And those same women are complaining that men don't want to commit, men don't want to marry them, men don't want to open doors and pay for dinner and treat them special, don't want to be romantic. It's like, which one is it? You're contradicting yourself. You're saying you would never do these things for a man while complaining that men don't want to do these things for you. Think about that. You're over here saying that, how dare Cam Newton say that he wants a woman that's going to cater to him? Meanwhile, these same women are talking about, how come men don't buy flowers? How come men don't take me out? How come men don't take us on real dates anymore? How come men don't want to get married? What the fuck? That's all catering to a woman. So you're going to sit here and fall into the brainwashing of, you're not supposed to cater to a man. How dare he say that or want that? Meanwhile, complain that men aren't giving that to you. I mean,
I think these things are women who are traumatized by something that happened in their past, didn't heal from it, They probably didn't have the models in their lives.
Well, they were raised to say it and think it. Though is what I'm trying to say. It's in the
Yeah.
it's in the magazines. It's on the social media. It's in the mainstream. It's in the movies. You gotta understand, these girls that are in their 20s, they were raised up on this shit hardcore. That's the only input they got was don't need no man. I'm independent. Relationships are for later, if maybe. I'm not getting married. I'm not settling down. I don't want to have kids. But then when they do have a boyfriend, I ask these very same 22, 23, 24-year-old girls, so you expect your boyfriend to like protect you, right? And then they sit here and try to say all this extra dumb shit instead of just answering the fucking question. It's a simple question. If you were with your boyfriend somewhere and something were to happen, do you expect your boyfriend to protect you? And then again, it's like pulling teeth. They start saying all this other stupid shit. Well, technically, and I can protect myself, and it's like all this other extra goofy shit. And you know why you have to do all that other goofy, stupid shit? Because at that moment, you're starting to realize that the math doesn't add up. Mm-hmm. Because I just led you into telling me that your boyfriend is the least of your priorities. Women have no problem saying that the dog comes first, the family comes first, their kids come first, their job comes first, their education comes first. If they play a sport, the sport comes first. They'll list everything in their life before the guy in order of importance. And then when I say, so if something were to happen to you, you want your guy to be there for you, right? Now there's a moment of silence, and then it's a whole bunch of other stupid shit trying to deflect. Why are you deflecting? Why can't you just simply say, yes? That's it. Why can't you just simply say, yes, I expect him to protect me. Yes, I expect him to help me. Yes, I expect him to put me first. The reason why you can't say yes is because your goofy ass just finished telling me that he was less important than the fucking dog. But that's the guy that's supposed to get up and take a bullet for you should someone break into the house or carjack you in the side of the road. That's the guy that's supposed to take a bullet for you so that you can make it. You can run away and get away. But you put the fucking greyhound before him. You put the German shepherd before him. The little fucking Pomeranian you put before him, though. So that's what I'm trying to say. Women are digging their own grave because guys never needed women to begin with. They never did. You have some guys that are like weak and sensitive, and they're deprived of female attention and nurturing and sex and love. So in their head, they think they need a woman, just simply because they never had one, and they never knew how to just be a fucking man on their own to begin with. But for the men that understand that, which are the men that are attractive to women, they don't actually need the woman. It's like, that would be nice if she's gonna behave and go out of her way to, like Cam Newton said, cater to me. If she's gonna be an addition to my life, okay, that would be nice. Do you need rims on a car? You might need a car for transportation, but do you really need rims? Do you really need tints? You see what I'm saying? Do you really need all that custom stuff? You don't need it, but it would be nice. So that's how women are. Women are a luxury. Women are like an add-on to life for guys. Valuable guys, at least, right? So women right now are pricing themselves out of the market to where it's like you made it so that there's really nothing to you but sex. So you can't turn around and get mad and be like, oh, all these guys want to do is just match on Tinder and hook up the first date. It's like, well, you said yourself that you're not gonna cater to him, you're not gonna commit to him, you wanna go out and party, your friends are more important, your social media is more important. Like, women will tell me, I'm not gonna deactivate my Instagram for a boyfriend, I'm not gonna move for a boyfriend, I'm not gonna quit my job for a boyfriend, I'm not gonna stop spending time with my friends for a boyfriend. It's like,
would you do any of those things for your girlfriend?
I was married. So
would you delete like everything?
I was never asked to do those things, and I'm the guy. So I'm the arbiter. So I'm not gonna do things that aren't necessary just to appease a woman's feelings. That's retarded. Am I willing to make sacrifices for the relationship? Of course. That's the problem. Women are the ones that need it. They're the ones that need it, and they're not willing to make the sacrifices. So it's like, all right, all you're doing is making yourself alone. And here's the thing. You don't realize you're alone when you're young and beautiful, and you have social media, and you have all these guys constantly asking you out and giving you all this attention. You don't realize you're alone. But as you get older, and as you start to take up some of those guys on their offers and realize that after they fuck you, they're like, yo, I mean, we can fuck again. Is that what you want? And the girl's like, oh no, I'd really like to do all these other things. And the guy's like, why? Like why? What? Yeah, like logically, like why? Why? Because that would make you feel good? Because that would make you feel secure? Like I'm confused. Why would I be doing that and giving you that? So I noticed that women seem to think that guys just give this because they look good. And the reason why is because the guys that are giving it and offering it are the guys that don't have options. So they confuse those guys with men in general. Men were never doing these things just because it would make a girl's day. Like, no, they were doing it for some type of exchange, is my point. And that exchange doesn't exist anymore in most women. Most women don't have those skill sets or those attributes that a guy was willing to exchange for commitment, protection, provision, his fucking resources, bringing him home to meet his parents, not fucking other women. You see what I'm trying to say? Like you think guys really want to be like texting you and making sure that they keep up with you? Hey, what's up, baby? I haven't spoken to you in a while. Just making sure. Like guys don't really want to do all of that, but they do it for the women that are worth it. But when there's no longer anything worth it, now you're asking for something for nothing. And a lot of these women are expecting something for nothing, and that's never been the case. Even the guys that are like in the friend zone, they're not doing it for nothing. They're doing it because they think they might possibly fuck this girl. So they're not doing it for nothing. They're doing it for hope. But with guys, there's always something. Like this girl was trying to tell me like, oh, I don't believe that you're going to do that because it has to be a catch. And I'm like, yeah, damn right, there's a catch. The thing is that you don't understand the catch. Like the catch, you can't perceive it. Like to you, it doesn't make sense. But to me, it has some type of value. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? To me, it has some type of value. So there's guys that will hold the door for an old lady, and it's like, oh, there's a catch. Yes, there's a catch. He's maintaining his character. He believes that's the right thing to do. So to him, it's important that he did, because if he didn't, then he'd be questioning himself. That's the catch. You see what I'm saying? The catch isn't always pussy or always this or whatever. Just like there's people that genuinely donate. Not because they want back on their taxes, not because they're trying to look good in front of someone, not because they want a photo op, but just because that feels like they're making a change. They feel like they're making a difference. They feel like they're doing something good. So it has a purpose to them. You get what I'm saying? To them, that's the catch. So it's like with women, why is cooking for someone looked at as a chore or a task or a burden? What happened to women wanting to cook because it made them feel good?
I can honestly say, man taught me how to cook. So, whenever I was with my dad, before I got pregnant with her, I didn't know how to cook. He did all the cooking, and I felt like because I wasn't cooking for him, I felt like I was doing enough. So I asked him, show me how to cook. And after we broke up, whatever relationship that I got in, even if we weren't together, because I mean that I love to do. Even whenever I'm in the talking stage with someone, no matter if they're like a whatever, if we're like the same page, I don't mind cooking. That I don't mind.
It's funny that you said that, because anytime a chick isn't acting right, I don't blame her. I blame her daddy. I blame her stepdaddy. I blame all her exes. Because that's who trained her that way. That's who conditioned her that way. Women are a product of the men in their past. Mm-hmm. So what happens is, you have a lot of sucker ass niggas out here nowadays. Majority of dudes out here are straight suckers. The crazy thing is they have no idea that they're suckers. They have no idea how long the list of things that they aren't doing right is. They have no idea how long the list of things that they tolerate that they shouldn't be tolerating from a woman is. It's a long ass list. So what happens is, when she's dated one or two or three of these guys in concession, back to back to back, When you come into her life and you have some type of standards, you have some type of order, some understanding, now you seem like the crazy one. Now all of a sudden you're controlling because you don't tolerate the shit that her past 3 boyfriends tolerated. Because you expect a woman to do certain things, all of a sudden you're crazy. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't allow her to go hang out with her friends all the damn time and take spontaneous trips to God knows where, doing whatever, drinking wine on weeknights and all this other shit. Because you don't tolerate none of this bullshit, all of a sudden something's wrong with you. You're mean. You're an asshole. No. These are things that none of the guys that you were with should have been putting up with or should have been tolerating. All of these guys should have expected you to keep the house clean and to cook and to do the grocery shopping. I don't get it. What's the big fucking deal? You tell me you're going grocery shopping, I give you money, you go get groceries. I don't understand. What's the problem? The guy's paying for the groceries. You mean to tell me you can't go pick out what needs to be picked out and pay for it and come home and put it away and then get dinner started? That's what you do. But here's the thing. This isn't about attacking women. People nowadays are shit across the board. Because women will say that they had to get this taken care of over there, they had to get that fixed by this person. It's like, wait a minute, you had a boyfriend. Oh, he doesn't know how to do that. Get the fuck out of here. You gotta call maintenance in the building. You gotta take it to this place. You gotta do all this. Why do you need to take it to all these other professionals to do things that a guy should be able to do for you?
Yeah.
Why are you washing and detailing your own car? And then you say that nowadays, and the guys say, I ain't detailing no girl's car, I ain't no simp. It's like, whoa, what the fuck? Time out. I'm so confused. So you letting the bitch do something over here that's unacceptable, and that doesn't make you a simp, but you keeping your woman's car clean, that makes you a simp? This is how backwards these guys are today. Their whole shit is off. Their whole shit is off. You let her go out with her friends, and that's not simping, but you don't take care of shit in the house, and that would be simping? That's not, you're taking care of the man shit. Okay? Keeping her gas tank full, keeping her car clean, keeping mechanical things working, that's part of a man's job, right? Keeping the food, the vitamins, and all that shit together, clothes clean and all that, that's a woman's job. It works together. Do you understand what I'm saying? I expect a woman to be putting food away in the cabinets, but if a cabinet breaks, I expect the guy to fix it.
Well, what if let's say the roles were switched, but everything is like 50-50? Like, let's say if the cooks and
listen, they ain't gonna be no 50-50, because when she's pregnant, he ain't 50% pregnant. When she's in labor, he ain't 50% in labor. Okay?
Well, no, I meant like you said, a woman's job is cooking, clean, and the man's job is, the other thing. What if they both take turns doing different?
Why? See, that's that modern new age way of thinking that doesn't make any fucking sense.
My stepdad taught me how to cut grass, and I like to cut
grass. Listen. I know how to cook. I like to cook. I know how to do my own laundry. I know how to do everything that a woman knows how to do. Okay? But the moment that I live with a woman, I'm not doing those things anymore unless for some reason she just isn't there. If she's out of town or something, there has to be some isolated circumstances where I'm gonna do that. It just doesn't make sense. If I'm on a team and we got all these different players playing different positions, what's the point of one day the coach saying, hey, you know what? I tell you what, we're going to put the point guard in the center position. We're going to put the center in the small guard position. And let's see. We'll make this guy the power forward. Why? Why would we do that? It doesn't make any fucking sense. If this guy specializes in this position, this person specializes in this position, and everybody's doing their job and the team is winning, why would we want to move people into positions that they're not the best at? That doesn't strengthen the team. That weakens the team. It just doesn't make sense. So right now, this whole women going to work and all this shit, explain to me how that betters the relationship, and even more importantly, how does it benefit the children? It absolutely does not. Just like when the woman tries to come into the disciplinarian position, it doesn't help the children. Then if the man tries to lean too much into the nurturing position, it also does not help the children. It coddles the children. So we need people to play in their positions, play in their roles to the best of their ability. Women pick men that are strong, that are productive, that are intelligent, that have problem solving skills. They literally pick men based on how good they are at these skill sets. What would be the point of that if they're gonna switch off? What would be the point of saying, I need a guy that's taller than me, but then when his height comes in handy, I'm gonna do that instead? I need a guy that's stronger than me, but you know what? When that time comes when we would need strength, I'm gonna be the strong one. It's fucking retarded. I want a guy that's a hard worker, that's productive, and he's down to go to work overtime and all of that. But you know what? I'm gonna go to work and be the breadwinner though. It doesn't make any fucking sense. That's like a guy saying, hey, you know what? I want a woman that's a nurturer, that has great mother skills, but as soon as she gets pregnant, I'm gonna breastfeed. I'm gonna change the diapers. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do all the stuff that a woman should do because, 50-50, we both can do it. It's just fucking stupid. And the fact that we've been able to convince the public that this is something to entertain, right? It's scary. So then when you look at history and you say, how did they get these soldiers to go kill these innocent people? How did they get these people in the concentration camp to do this to these so-called people? How do we get these folks over here to put shackles on these people and force them how to work? You're not realizing that it's the same manipulation that they're using to make women get up and go to work every day and compete with men. It's the same thing that they're using to get men to carry their babies, on them like women, to strap them in the shit like they're a chick now, to use a device so that they can pseudo breastfeed their children. It's the same manipulation because they're convincing you to do something that's not only wrong, it also doesn't make any fucking sense. But they're convincing grown people to do it though.
Yeah. So you don't think who's in a relationship they should work?
Women shouldn't have to work, but what we've done is we've created a society that's gone backwards. Women think that them going to work is progress. How is women going? Hold on. How is women going to work progress when they're not built to work the hours or the years that men work? Then, when you don't have a parent that can stay home with the children, now the children aren't as adjusted as they could and should and would be. So both parents going to work is not progression. That's regressing. That's going backwards. Shout out to Coach Greg Adams. He wrote a book called The De-Evolution of Women. And that's exactly what they've done with women in modern times. They de-evolved the woman. But if you listen to the modern woman, she thinks that she's somehow evolving into something better. Really? We have a culture now that's on OnlyFans. We have a culture now that's talking about Cash App me, Venmo me on all social media platforms. I'm sorry, I hate to tell you this. That's not evolution, okay? That's degradation. You're degrading yourself. You're literally reducing the average woman to a prostitute. What the fuck just happened? That's the lowest position a female can have in society, and we're making that common. We're making that the norm. We have women in college talking about they're gonna get their degree, they're gonna be strong and independent, but yet they're sleeping with sugar daddies to pay their tuition. Time out. Yeah. You're in college to become independent, but you're sleeping with old men to pay for useless degrees. So, in other words, academia is pimping you. That's what just happened. Academia is pimping you. They're over there selling you an overpriced education that's going to be useless anyway, and they have you so desperate to pay it that you're sleeping with creepy old men. Interesting. And then when girls go jump on OnlyFans and think, I'm an entrepreneur, eureka. No, you're not. You're a hoe and you're getting pimped because the people that own the OnlyFans platform is taking 40% or better. You're getting pimped. That's not liberation. That's not freedom. But this is what women will say. They'll say, oh no, I got on OnlyFans because It's freedom. I make my own income, so I'm free. You're free with someone taking 40% of your money to devalue yourself. You can be nothing else now. No one can ever take you seriously again. I don't know how women haven't figured that out. Probably because they've been taught not to listen to men their entire lives. And they somehow think that women have power. Women don't have any fucking power in the world. Go ahead and tell me one decision that women make besides what dick goes in them. Because I'm being very blunt and I'm being very frank here, but tell me, go ahead and give me the rebuttal. Tell me how I'm wrong. What do women decide on this planet besides what penis goes in their vagina? Women don't decide the price of gas. Women don't make any major decisions. What corporations do women run? Where's the decision that women make that's life-changing? Women do not make any fucking decisions. All they can decide is where they spend their money and what penis they put inside of them. That's it. All of the major decisions are left up to men. Women don't even decide when and who they marry. So by that logic, how do they decide their value? I hate to say this, but women don't decide their value. Even though they keep running around telling each other, know your value, girl, know your value, girl. I hate to tell you this. Women do not decide their value, okay? A man that is or isn't going to marry you decides your value. What he is or isn't willing to do for you, that's him deciding your value. You don't decide your value. So if no man wants to sleep with you, guess what you're not? You're not attractive. If no man wants to marry you, you're not wife material. If no man wants to be your boyfriend, you're not girlfriend material. So that's the men deciding. That's the men deciding.
But what if one man is single and happily working? She's not even cocky. She's like very humble.
Yeah, well, that's not a lifetime thing though. That's a fleeting experience that women try to point to when it's already in the minority. It's already scarce as it is, and then when you see it or experience it, it's temporary. Women are always talking about, well, I know a woman who's single and independent and she's happy. Please, that bitch is happy for an hour. That bitch was happy for a season. She's happy for a season. Okay? Give it to the winter, and she's gonna be feeling lonely and wishing that she had a man. So what are you really saying? Women will sit there and become dentists, and then 3-4 years into that, they don't want to do it anymore. Okay? And the data is there. But for whatever reason, women aren't interested in data. Women aren't interested in graphs, they're not interested in charts, they're not interested in statistics, studies, they're not interested in none of that. So I can have this conversation with a lawyer, and she will not know what information I'm talking about, but the data has already been done. Female lawyers that make partners at law firms are overwhelmingly likely to quit in less than 5 years after becoming partners at the law firm. What the fuck does that say? You have to step back and think, hold on, what does that mean? Because how many men are really going to spend that many years of their life to pass the bar, become a lawyer, get with a firm, and then make it to be a partner at that firm, and then say, you know what? I don't even want to do this no more, yo. Yo, fuck this shit, dog. I don't want to practice law anymore. How many men are going to do that? How many male lawyers are going to do that? But overwhelmingly, female lawyers will go through that entire process, as difficult as it is and how many years it takes, and then they will somehow come to the conclusion that I'm not happy. And it's like, but you thought for all these years that's what you wanted to do, was make partner. You know why? Because you were doing this out of emotion. Because someone was telling you that you can't because you're a woman. Somebody was telling you that somehow you weren't allowed to 30 years before you were born. Somebody somehow convinced you that women weren't becoming partners before because they weren't allowed. Newsflash, women weren't becoming lawyers and partners at law firms because they weren't that interested in it and they were not dedicated and competitive enough to make partner. Companies only care about bottom line. If you're the best fucking lawyer and you happen to have a vagina, you're still gonna make partner. There's no law firm that's gonna say, yo, she's the best lawyer in the state, but she's a woman, we're not gonna hire her. No, they're gonna hire that lawyer and they're gonna win cases and they're gonna make money. So there was nobody preventing women from doing all these things that they're convinced that they weren't allowed to do. Amelia Earhart fucking flew from one pole to the other how many years ago? But yet we don't have an abundance of female pilots today. Why? Because they're not that interested in becoming pilots to begin with. And they're not that competitive. So what happens is when women go through all of that and they finally make it, they realize this is the rest of my life. I'm partner now. That doesn't mean I get to relax and sit back. That means I have to run an entire firm now. That means I have to be in charge of all of these lawyers now that are under me. They don't want that kind of responsibility, and they don't want those type of hours. So they drop out. And the same is true of female doctors. Statistically speaking, female doctors work dramatically less hours than male doctors. And all the male doctors that I know, all they do is work. That's all they do is work. These motherfuckers never get off. And women do not want to do that. Women don't want to work 80% of their life. They think they do when they're young, and people keep patting them on the back and saying, go be a strong, independent woman, girl. You go do it. Nobody can stop you. You're a woman. Here you raw. But when they start getting into their late 30s, they start feeling very unsatisfied, and they start looking at other women their age that have 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, going to baby showers, going to birthday parties, going to family, gatherings, going to weddings. Notice how much going to a wedding depresses women when they're not the one that's married or getting married. I'm not making this shit up. Women dread having to go to a wedding, to somebody else's wedding.
I get excited going to weddings.
Listen, the reality is most women don't like going to weddings when they're not with someone. Okay? They feel uncomfortable. They feel uncomfortable not having a date. They feel uncomfortable not being engaged. They feel uncomfortable not being married. You know why? Because deep down inside, they know that that's what they really want. Not to get up and go to work every day. Okay? It's a lonely ass existence. And what are they doing it for? Money? Title? Status? Let's be for real. Those are things that turn men on. Okay? Why? Because those are things that attract respect and pussy. And that's what men value. Men value being the best, they value being respected, and they value getting pussy. Women don't care that much about everyone respecting them. They don't care that much about being the best at something. And they damn sure don't care about getting access to pussy. So the incentives to be that competitive and to be that successful don't even apply to women. But yet the system has tricked women into working and competing against men and paying taxes like men. They've tricked them when they really want to be home with children and with family. And we've always known this. None of this is news. We've always known that women prefer people. They prefer social shit. Children, friends, family. That's what makes women happy. It is not a mystery. But yet you will have grown women asking questions. I don't know why I feel so depressed. I don't know why I'm so unhappy. I don't know why I'm so miserable. And I'm looking at this bitch like, well, do you have any kids? No. Do you have a husband? No. Are you a godmother? Sometimes. Jesus Christ. Maybe that's why you're on fucking antidepressants. Maybe that's why you can't sleep at night. I mean, what the fuck? And then they see other people in relationships and it changes their whole mood. Strangers. Yeah. Strangers can change their mood. Right? So all I'm saying is we've tricked women into ignoring their true nature and what makes them really happy. And women are the victim is what I'm trying to say. And then the women are thinking to themselves that men are their oppressors. Men aren't your oppressors. Men are your saviors. Men is the magical ingredient to bring all the things that you want into your life.
I've had different experiences than what you're talking about. I've been in relationships where the men, I was paying all of.
Yeah, but you fucking with the wrong niggas though.
Yeah, this is my early 20s.
Yeah, you fucking with the wrong niggas.
But I do know one woman, she's been happily single 5 years and she's been celibate for 4. I do know another woman that she is depressed because she has no career.
So she says. So she says.
So, okay, so it's because her siblings went to school to, they have a career, and she, the only one that doesn't. She has talent, but it makes her depressed because she doesn't have like, a career and ongoing,
Who pays her bills?
Huh?
Who pays her bills?
She does, but she wants some. Okay, so when I say career, like she go to school to do any. She was dancing. Not strict or anything, but she was going to dance school. And she moved back to Texas, but her siblings actually went to school and they have career, and so it makes her feel depressed. Like, I don't have a career, but that's just not what I do, or that's not what.
Her issue ain't that she don't got a career. Her issue is that she doesn't have a source of validation. That's the problem. She thinks that a career would validate her because that's what validated her siblings. I'm telling you, man, cause and effect be going over women's head a lot. It really do. It really do. When successful women can't find successful men to date them, they start saying really stupid shit like, men are intimidated by my success. This is how they interpret what they experience. Wrong. It's not that they're intimidated. There's no successful men that's intimidated by success. That's an oxymoron. You don't become a successful man by being afraid of other people's success. That's just a retarded thought process. Just like if you don't like the gay lifestyle, you're not comfortable with being around gay people, that doesn't make you homophobic. It means that you don't subscribe to that lifestyle, therefore, you do not want to participate. Doesn't make you afraid of it. Doesn't make you intimidated by it. If something's wrong in your mind, avoiding it doesn't make you afraid of it. Like, I'm telling you, man, people are just taught to say these words. People are given these explanations is the problem. They're given these explanations. So when you ask women, hey, why are you working so hard? Why are you going to school? Why are you doing this? And they say, so I don't got to depend on no man. Okay, well, you've been fooled. You've been tricked, because that's not the reason to go work. That's not the reason to get a career.
Okay, so I don't know. It's okay. My opinion is different. Like, speaking from my experience, I work. I actually love what I do.
No, that's my point. That's why you're supposed to go. That's why you would work. A woman's reason for working should be that she gets gratified from what she does. She's passionate about it. She likes it. She enjoys it. That's her interest. It shouldn't be to avoid depending on a man, because what that means is that you lack discipline, you lack cooperation, you lack self-awareness, you lack communication. That's what it is. Women are avoiding being good people. And like I said, I'm blunt, so I'm always going to say it like it is. That's what women are avoiding. Now, they're going to word it differently so that they can be the victim and not be the shitty person. So they're going to say, oh, no, he's controlling. I don't want to have to depend on a man because men are liars. I don't want to depend on a man because men are controlling. It's like, no, that's not what it is at all. First of all, men aren't liars. The men that you've dated are liars, which means that you choose poorly. Right there, that's something you're not taking accountability for. Now, good men don't tolerate bad behavior. That's not controlling. That's just simply them having standards and not tolerating less than those standards. Again, that's another place where you're not taking accountability, right? So, a man wanting a certain plan, a certain outcome, like, we're in this relationship to accomplish this. That's called direction and leadership. And you don't want to do what he's saying because you don't know how to follow. Not because it's not a good idea, not because it's not what's best for you, because you're hard-headed and you haven't been taught the concept of following a leader. And then you're over here making it a male-female thing when men follow men. Show me the team of men where majority of men don't have to follow a minority of leaders. Go ahead, I'll wait. Show me the sports team that doesn't have a captain. Where is it? Show me the company that doesn't have supervisors, managers, presidents, CEOs. Where does this system exist where followers are not the majority? In any structure, whoever's leading is the less. It's the fewer. It's like a pyramid. The person at the top is leading, and then there's more and more and more people following as you get to the bottom. Okay? So there's only gonna be one fucking president. Okay? There might be a co-president, a vice president, a co-CEO. That position might widen up a little bit more than one person. Then under that, you're gonna have several managers. Then under that, you can have even more supervisors. So that's how it works. But of course, women make it a male-female thing. Oh, I'm not gonna do what no man tells me to do. Sweetheart, you have to do what someone tells you to do. Because if you're not gonna listen to your man, you gotta go to work and listen to your boss. Hello? And if you're gonna stay home and rely on your parents, now you gotta listen to your parents. The point I'm trying to make is you have to listen to someone. Men might be the boss in their house, but unless they have their own business, they have to go out and listen to their boss now. But in their home, they're the boss. Simply because they're designed better for that position. It's not to oppress women, it's just because they handle that position better. And most women do not want that level of responsibility. They don't want that level of pressure, right? But that just brings me back to the lack of self-awareness. So when you look at women's reasons for wanting to be single, it's really just a bunch of bad characteristics, avoiding good characteristics. They're avoiding being honest. They're avoiding being submissive. They're avoiding being cooperative. They're avoiding being supportive. They're avoiding all of these good characteristics and deflecting and saying that a man that wants these is somehow has all these negative characteristics. Oh, I'm sorry that I want to be the breadwinner and I want to go out there and work hard and compete to provide for you. I'm such a terrible person. Oh, I'm sorry that I'm trying to protect you from your own bad decisions so that you don't create problems for yourself that I'm going to end up helping you solve anyway. Oh, I'm such a bad person for that. I'm so terrible that I don't want you smoking and drinking. Oh my God. How dare I want you to preserve your health to have my children in your womb? What was I thinking? Oh, you know what? I must be a devil because I don't want you on OnlyFans. How dare me not want you on social media? What the fuck? So this is where we are right now, that good qualities in men are now looked at as bad qualities, and bad qualities in women are now looked at as good. She's sleeping around. Oh, she's liberated. She's free. She's empowered. She's empowered because she's naked online. That's empowering. That's not empowering, right? So it's a very interesting thing that's going on. And then we're over here acting as if children don't mimic us and copy what we're doing. So if the mother's on OnlyFans and the mother's on Instagram and all this shit, what values do you think she's teaching her children? So now when her son grows up and he has no respect or value for women, where do you think he got that from? He couldn't have got it from his daddy because he was raised by a single mother. You see what I'm trying to say? So now when the daughter has no respect or no value for men, well, where do you think she got that from? Her mother was the one treating all men like customers, treating all men like clients, and the father was nowhere to be found. So this is what we're teaching the kids. And unfortunately, it's not even like a cycle. People think, oh, the cycle will continue. No, the next generation is worse. If the mother had a kid at 17 out of wedlock, the daughter fucks around and has the kid at 16, 14 out of wedlock. You see what I'm trying to say? Each generation gets worse. If the mother was out partying and clubbing all the time, the daughter is selling pussy in the streets at 17. It gets worse. If the father was out of a job and always drinking, the son is now out here partying, drinking, smoking, and selling drugs. It escalates. It gets worse because kids naturally want to push the boundaries further than the generation before them. That's just how we are. So we either are going to go push the boundaries further positively and try to accomplish more than our parents did positively, or we're going to try to be even more rebellious and destructive than our parents was. One or the other. So that decision needs to be made early in the house. Are you going to make more money than me? Are you going to be more educated than me? Are you going to be better than me? Or are you going to go out there and be worse than me?
Yeah.
Which one, right? So you have to look at the energy that you're putting out. Because I've met a lot of females like you that you like your job, you like your career, you're hardworking, you're making your money, you're working a lot of hours. You don't realize that that situation, that scenario within itself, is already going to make it harder for you to find men that are doing the same. It's already going to make it harder. Because if you're doing it and he's doing it, then who's home waiting for the other person? If you're working till the barbershop closes and he's at his business working till it closes, who's going to be waiting at home to serve whose food? Who's going to be waiting at home to rub whose back and feet? Who's going to be whose piece? You see what I'm trying to say? Who's going to be whose piece? So what happens is you attract the missing puzzle piece, because we're like puzzle pieces. So if you're the shape like the male, then you need to fit into something that's shaped like the female. So if you're going to go out and be the breadwinner and you're going to be the one that works hard and works all day standing up on your feet, you don't have the time and the energy to be at home waiting on your man to be his piece, okay, and to settle him in and depressurize him from his day. So you know what you're going to attract? You're going to attract a nigga that's just home playing fucking Call of Duty, smoking weed until you get off of work. That's what you're going to attract.
I did make a lot of adjustment whenever I did meet him. So he's the reason why I don't work on Tuesday, because he's off on Tuesday. So we both have 2 days out of the week off, Sundays and Tuesdays. And I did used to cut until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. So I cut that down. I cut until 6:37. I can be home earlier to, do those things. And it was hard. Like a lot of barbers, they have mentioned that, you let a man, stop from making money. I thought you liked money. So I've heard comments like that, but it never bothered me because I wanted, you know, and also my daughter, whenever I pick her from school, she's at the barbershop with me, but, figure out something that, he's picking up like on a lot of like adult things, my clients talk about, or what she sees. So it's like I'm trying to make changes right now whenever that
accommodate.
Yes, and he helped me with her a lot. So
yeah, but you do realize that the missing the piece, what is necessary to make that work, make that possible.
To cut my hours shorter.
No, exactly. You cutting your hours shorter, but where I was going with it, in order for him to make that request from you, he has to be earning enough.
Mm-hmm.
So this is something else a lot of women have confused. A lot of women running around talking about, I want a man that makes 6 figures. I want a man to make $100K a year. I want a man, and it's like, why? And then when they answer that question, it's a bunch of selfish jargon. It's like the reason why a dude needs to make that kind of money is so that you don't have to work. The reason why a dude needs to make that type of money is so that he can provide for his family solely by himself, so that his kids can go to Little League, his daughter can go to piano rehearsals, right? So that his wife can go buy whatever the non-GMO food is or whatever. So that when she needs money to take care of something in the house, he got it. He has it. And he can trust her because he knows that she's not a materialistic, superficial bitch. He knows that if she says, I need $89 for something, that's what she's spending it on. Not something selfish, right? So that's the problem, is that these women have been raised to be spoiled. They've been raised to be addicted to luxury, which don't make no damn sense. Because you don't live the lifestyle of none of these celebrities, but you want to wear the same dresses and shoes they wear. You want to have the same handbags. Like, bitch, get your head out of the clouds. All right? You should be concerned with a man's income only to the extent of what he can provide for your family, for your children. That is supposed to be the concern. That's why women are supposed to be hypergamous. That's why God built that characteristic into women. Not for them to be selfish, greedy women that want jewelry and cars and all this shit. It's so that you can pick a man that can provide for your children, not just pick a man that makes your pussy wet. Because yeah, that he might be tall and handsome and sexy and know what to say to you to turn you on and all this other stuff. Now what happens 9 months later when you give birth and he over here stalling up because he don't got the money for certain things? What happens when you going back and forth to the doctor and the doctor's like, well, you're gonna need these medications, you're gonna need this, this, and this, and he like, oh well, I get paid in 2 weeks, and maybe I could borrow some money from my uncle, and that shit ain't gonna work. That's just not gonna work. You're gonna need things paid for right the fuck away. So that's why women need to be selective about a man's level of success, not to be serving her her materialism. So that's why I'm telling you that the situation that you're in, you should not even be working to pay bills. You should be working because it's your hobby, because you like to be a hairstylist, you like to cut hair. So you should be doing it like on some part-time shit when you have time. That's something you should be doing when your daughter's 12, 13, 14, and now you don't need to be with her as often. It's like, all right, well, now I can go to work because my daughter has, dance class, or she has this, that, or whatever. So I wouldn't be doing nothing major anyway with this time. The house is taken care of. My husband's at work or whatever. I'll go in and cut some heads just because I like it. That's how that works. So I don't mind a woman working or whatever like that, but no, my woman cannot be relying on work. Okay? If your woman has to rely on work to pay the bills, you're not in a position to have a woman. Mm-hmm. That's of the opinion that I am. I was raised old school. That's what I saw. That's what makes sense to me. Women are a luxury. The same way you see niggas that are struggling to pay for their car. If you're going to work to pay for a car, that don't make no damn sense. All right? You should already have those things covered. Mm-hmm. If you have to go through all of that, you're making the wrong decisions. You're not managing your money well. So you got a lot of guys out here going on dates and doing all this other dumb shit. They're not even in the position to finance a relationship. Right? You got motherfuckers moving in with girls when they really need a roommate. If you living with a woman, you need her to pay half the rent. Bitch, you need a roommate. Mm-hmm. Okay? Get your ass on Craigslist. Find a fucking roommate, a male roommate. You don't need a girlfriend. You need a roommate.
What's your opinion on, I'm just going to example. Let's say I'm still on my own bills. I get into a relationship. Am I just like, not, like, is it like the man is supposed to just take over everything? Because in his mind, he could be, okay, well, she's a gold digger. She wants me to provide this, and that. And,
not if you have that kind of communication. That's why we need to stop pretending like it's all these other things and just keep it real. When you got women that can't even admit that they need a man, when a woman can't even admit that she needs a man, well, now the communication is blurry. We don't know what is, and now we got to guess. And I blame men just as much as I blame women, because you got so many women that the first time they hear the truth from a man, he's an asshole, he's a piece of shit, he's a dickhead, he's all these type of things. And it's like, bro, every dude you met thought the same thing. It's just that none of these niggas said it to your face, because all these dudes were too afraid that you weren't going to give them some pussy. That's why they weren't just honest with you when you said the dumb shit that you said. Right? But when you meet a guy who doesn't care, when you meet a guy that's like, I don't care if you're mad that I told the truth. I don't care if you're not going to call me anymore, if you're not going to sleep with me because I was honest with you. That's on you. Right? So how many guys, I'll give you a perfect example. When I'm on, when I used to be on Tinder, I would always get straight to the fucking point. Right? I'd be asking girls, yo, so what's up? What you looking for on this app? I'm not asking because I want her answer. I'm not asking because I want to hear what she has to say. I'm asking so that she asks me. That's why I'm asking her that, because I know regardless of what she says, her first question is going to be, well, what are you looking for on this app? And then I can get straight to the point. I'm a man. I'm looking for pussy. You got one? And she'd be like, oh, how dare you? It's like, yeah, well, you asking me a stupid question because I'm a guy and I'm talking to a woman. What the fuck did you think I wanted? What interest did you think that I had? And then she'll go ahead and say something real stupid. And the reason why she's saying this stupid shit is because men aren't honest. And the dumb shit she's gonna tell me is, not every guy on here is looking for sex. No, you're misinterpreting it. Not every guy on here is in a position or has the balls to be clear and direct with you. So when you ask that question, they be saying a bunch of other goofy ass shit. Like, oh, I don't know, just to make friends and see where it goes. And, oh, I'm looking for a serious relationship and da. Even if that were the case, that's just a nicer way of saying, I would like consistent pussy. What the fuck? Even if a guy's looking for a relationship, that's why he wants a relationship. So that he can have consistent pussy. And why does he want that out the gate? Because he struggles to get pussy from new women frequently. So he's like, I need to just get one that I can have the in-house pussy. Now, a guy that has options and can always meet attractive women and sleep with them in a short period of time, and Lord knows in this day and age, that time had never been shorter, right? In order for him to consider a relationship, he would have to first be attracted to the woman, next, get to know the woman, next, that woman would have to present some type of value that's greater than access to new pussy. That's way down the line. There's no quality dude jumping up on a dating app saying, I'm ready to settle down, I'd like to have a serious relationship and be honest and watch the sunset together and tell each other our deeper secrets. And what the fuck? What the fuck?
I like the voice.
Right? But see, this is what women believe because they spent their entire life being told whatever they thought, whatever the guy thought she wanted to hear, whatever wouldn't upset her or make the guy not like him anymore, right? So when you tell them that, all of a sudden you're this asshole, but yet every guy they've ever spoken to thought the same thing. You're the first guy to be clear and honest with her, which actually gives her the advantage. Because now she knows what the deal is and she understands if you want more than this, we're gonna have to communicate, we're gonna have to discuss it, you're gonna have to show me more. Rather than, see, this is the crazy thing. She's gonna act like I'm the dick for being honest when I'm actually giving her a better deal than any other guy. Because by being honest, I'm allowing her to say, okay, well, what is it that I would have to do to continue this? What is it that I would have to provide you to keep seeing me without us having sex right away? Then what would I have to do to retain you after we start having sex? Rather than me telling her what she wants to hear, me fucking her, and then me only contacting her when I want to have sex with her, then her not liking that and, basically trying to confront me about it, and then me not liking that and saying, well, now I'm not going to call her or text her anymore, and when she contacts me, I'm just going to ignore it. And then she's going to be saying, why'd he ghost me? Why'd he ghost me? Because you made it clear that you don't want to be contacted for just sex. So the moment you tell that guy that, hey, you only hit me up when you want to have sex, you're going to have to hit me up earlier and make plans with me. You're going to have to spend time with me. That guy's like, oh shit, never mind. Because that amount of effort, I can put in less effort than that with a new girl and sleep with her. So what the guy's going to do is he's going to keep on washing and repeat, okay, for as long as the new girl is going to allow him to just contact her when he wants to have sex. The moment she starts talking that relationship bullshit, he's going to ghost her and he's going to go right on to the next option. But yet you got women over here who still haven't figured that out. They're still spending all this time asking each other, why did guys do this? Why did he ghost me? Don't you hate when guys do this? Why does every guy do this to me? It's like, how have you not figured this out yet? And the reason why you're not making progress is because nobody is telling you straight up, you're only worth sex at this point. So if you go to a company and you're like, yo, I want to work here, I want a job, and they're like, listen, we'll hire you temp. And it's like, oh, no, I want a full-time job, I want a salary, I want to be guaranteed my position. The company's going to tell you what's required for you to get that type of position. They're going to tell you, listen, right now, you only qualify as a temp. You see what I'm trying to say? But the guys aren't giving the women this honesty. So what are women doing? They're calling each other, they're texting each other, they're meeting up and drinking wine, and they're making no progress with their conversations. Their conversations are going around in circles. and then they're going to meet some other attractive guy, they're going to hook up with him, and then they're going to be right back to their friends crying and complaining when this guy fucks them and then ghosts them. They're still not getting it. And what's happening is they're becoming less and less valuable every time they go on this roller coaster. Every time they go on that roller coaster, they come off the roller coaster less valuable now, and they're less likely to find a guy that's going to be like, you're special. I want to commit to you. So you just become something that gets passed around, and everybody's taking their turn. And in the meanwhile, the girl is saying men are trash. Men aren't trash. Men aren't trash. It's just either they're not telling the truth or you can't handle the truth. You know, whichever.
Would it be okay? So everything you just said, would it be okay if a woman was to do it? Because
absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I don't know why women resort to that type of thinking. Because just because you're okay with making more money than a guy, and you're okay with paying for majority of stuff, that's not male behavior. That's not masculine behavior.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the same reason, like, you know, like let's say I go on Tinder and that's I'm straight up like, oh, this is all I'm looking for.
I know, but I'm making the analogy.
Yeah.
A guy going on Tinder for just sex until a woman presents otherwise, that's male behavior. That's male agenda. That's a male's prerogative. A female doing that, that's masculine behavior. Just like a woman wanting to be with a man that makes more money than her, wanting to work less, wanting to be taken care of, wanting to be provided for, that's feminine. That's female behavior. That's a female expectation. But if a guy does that now, he's a man child. He's a man boy. He's a man baby. You see what I'm saying? He's a man that other men don't respect. You think other men respect a dude that lives with a woman and needs a woman to provide for him? Real men don't respect that dude. Just like quality women don't respect women that sleep around. And so you can't compare. You can't compare them. Women are always saying, but men do it.
So let's say she's single.
It doesn't matter. That doesn't change her value. So you think, hold on, you think that what you do while you're single doesn't affect your value to a man in a relationship? Everything you do before that relationship affects your value in the relationship.
But a woman has needs too when you're single. So what if she does want sex? Keep her legs closed?
That's why she needs to have already had a man. You're not getting it. That's why women running around saying they don't need a man for nothing is bullshit. They're kidding themselves. And then they think that they're going to fuck around and deny it until they can't deny it anymore. And then that's when all of a sudden they're just going to go ahead and say, okay, now I want a man. It's too late now. It's too late. Because number one, you wasted your whole youth. And that's what's most valuable about you to a man in the first place. So you done wasted all your value, you know what I'm saying, to a man. You done slept with all these other guys. You done wasted all this time partying and hanging out with your friends who don't pay your bills, who aren't going to give you children, and aren't going to give you legacy and provide for you, which is the funniest thing to me in the world. Women dedicate all their fucking time and energy to their female friends, but those bitches are not going to take care of you. Those bitches do not give you children. Okay? And that's where grandchildren come from. They don't give you nieces and nephews. They don't give you shit. All they do is make empty wine bottles with you. That's it. Women's attachment to their female friends nowadays is so fucking sad and pathetic. Okay? You don't need to cling to bitches like that. Because if you look at it on a biological level, why women have all this in-group preference and why women have all this connection to other women and all this the sisterhood and all this other shit, it all stems from the same impulse as everything else. Child rearing. So the same reason why women are attracted to men are the same reason why women are so interconnected and bonded with their female friends. Because it makes the best scenario for their children. But when you ain't having no kids, and your friends ain't having no kids, and your relationship ain't based on what's best for your kids, then you're doing everything out of order and you're doing everything in vain. Women are supposed to be able to rely on each other because when they're pregnant, they need their group of friends to be there for them. Okay? When you have children and you're trying to keep your home, you're trying to provide for your children, you're trying to cook, clean, and do all of that, you need other women who are in the same lifestyle, the same position, so that you can do it together. You can do your grocery shopping together. You can have play dates with your children together. You have people to come over when it's your kid's birthday. You have women to come and bring you gifts for your baby shower. But what are women doing with this bonding ability? They're drinking wine. They're going and shaking their ass at the club. They're going and twerking. They're lying for each other while they cheat on their men. It's unbelievable. We're bastardizing every fucking thing about our human nature. We're making it something negative and disgusting rather than using it for what it was intended for, which is procreation. Why is it that women can go out and party in club all fucking night, several nights in a row, and still wake up and do it again from the age of 16 to 26? It's not because God made you to twerk 24/7 without getting tired. He designed you to be able to wake up all hours of the night and breastfeed your children. That's why women can stay up till 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 4 nights in a row when they're young. Because if you have children at the age that you're supposed to, you would constantly be waking up to feed your children. Men have a hard time doing that. And then what do women today do? They over here and say that the men are lazy, that the men are useless. We're not designed to get up at 4:30 in the morning to feed a crying baby. We're designed to go to work every day and provide for the woman and the baby. We're built differently. That's why men can work into 50, 60 years old. They're still getting up and going to work. Whereas by the age of 40, women want to be retired. You can't show me an abundance of 40-year-old women that want to get up and go to work every day. They don't. But men are more motivated at 40 than they are at 20-something. Now riddle me that. Figure that one out for me. Because when women are in their 20s, they're very motivated to go out and work. Why? Because that's the age when they're supposed to be popping out babies. That's why. That's the age that they're supposed to be running around cleaning the house, running around cooking and doing all kinds of stuff for the family. That's why they have all that energy in their 20s. And they're so focused in their 20s. Whereas guys, what do we want to do in our 20s? We want to do competitive things. We want to go around fucking. We want to chase girls. We want to learn how to deal with women. That's where guys' heads are at in their 20s. So it's funny that nowadays the women are more focused on making money and getting the bag in their 20s, and the guys are still running around trying to figure out women in their 20s. It's biology, right? But the women are lying to themselves, though.
Huh? I've been struggling. Well, before I met my boyfriend, have been struggling to find a man that did want to have more, because they already have one, 2 kids, and then I would let them. I want more kids in the future. Oh well, I already had. Then I'm going on 32 next month. I would have at least had 3 kids by the time I was.
Yeah, but that's because you should have started early and stayed with the same dude.
I was 21 when I got pregnant.
Yeah, but look at the space in between. Look at the space in between your first. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing, man. That space will kill you. But yeah, that just means that it wasn't a plan. It's a plan. And that plan is only going to come with communication. It's going to come with women knowing how to pick men better, and the man communicating the plan to the woman, and her saying, you know what? I'm on board with that. I'm on board with that. So the man has to be able to not only make the plan, he has to be able to afford the plan. Yeah. So that's why I advise guys, when I'm telling guys this shit, I'm telling guys the real talk. Guys are up on all these dating fucking shows and all this dating advice and PUAs and all this shit. And none of these motherfuckers are telling you anything that's like an actual plan, a practical plan. All motherfuckers is doing is complaining about women. Female nature, look out for female nature. Listen, dodging shit, avoiding shit, and hating shit, that's not a plan. Yeah. That's not a plan. That's reacting. Oh my God, what do you do when a woman does this? Oh, what do I do when a woman says this? Oh, I think she's lying to me. Oh, what do I do when she cheats on me? Oh, what do I do when she lies to me? It's like, bro, why are you behind? Why are you behind catching up to the shit that women are doing, and the shit that women are saying, and the shit that women are thinking, and the shit that women are wanting? Bro, that's a whole bunch of catch-up bullshit. You need to be the one that's ahead, that has a plan, that has a vision, that has a goal, and you're just simply saying, you look good, you seem like you're a nice girl, I checked out your family, you was raised by a nice family, do you want to get on my program? This is what it is. No? Okay, excuse me, get out of my way. Because I'm still on my program and I'm still looking, for applicants. That's what a guy should be doing. Not worried about what a chick is doing that he has to react to. All these young guys are out here chasing women, chasing bitches. You ain't supposed to be chasing no women. You're supposed to be establishing yourself and then picking a woman to pitch your fucking proposition to. Listen, this is me, this is what I do, this is what I have, this is what I want, and this is my plan. What you think? Because when she says, yes, I like that, I want to get on your plan, you say, great, this is what I need you to do. Because I have everything else taken care of. If you meet a girl and you're dating for and you like her, whatever, you say, hey, listen, I want to move to Texas. Obviously, you can pay for the house, you can pay for whatever, you already know where you're going to work and all this other kind of stuff. You're basically saying to her, this is what I'm doing. Do you want to come with me or not? Because I'm going to go do this regardless. So she's reacting to what you're doing. But no, this shit is backwards and inverted. And there's a bunch of dudes chasing women. There's guys that are in their 30s chasing women in their 20s. There's guys that are in their late 30s chasing women in their early 30s. And I'm like, why the fuck are you letting a bitch 6 years younger than you set the tone? Why are you worrying about what she's thinking, what she's doing? It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Your stand should be, this is what I'm doing, this is my plan and my goal. Are you with me or not? Let me know, because if you're not, I need you to get the fuck out of my way. I'm not gonna let you waste my time and distract me. I can just go find some other chick that's with it. And when these guys get to complaining about the women in America and all this other bullshit, I'm like, dude, if that's the case, the solution's even simpler. Make your money, figure out how you can work remotely, pick a fucking country that you would like, that's an upgrade from American culture, go there, find a beautiful woman that's family orientated, that's working hard and making diddly squat, get into a relationship with her, get to know her, and then tell her your plan. And when she says yes, you go to her job with her, you ask to speak to her boss, and you say, hey, check this out. She quits. And when he looks at her and he goes to say something, you say, hey, whoa, why are you looking at her? Look at me, Poppy. That's my woman, and I'm telling you that she quits.
Yeah.
All right? So you want to give me the last check? Because we really don't need it. But this is the last time you're going to see her. That's how you handle that. Right? Now, she works for you. She's going to get treated far better than she was getting treated at her fucking job. And now she can just relax and be in her feminine. And now the work and all the effort that she puts in on a day-to-day is going to be more fulfilling and more gratifying, because it's not to make some fat Guido rich. It's to better her legacy. So now all that scrubbing the floor and all the cleaning the toilets and all that shit that she was doing for pesos, now she's doing it for love and respect and pride. Because she takes pride in her home, pride in her marriage, pride in her children. Now she's happy. You done made her the happiest bitch in her life. Out of all her friends, she's the happiest now. Because she married this high-valued Western dude that took her out of this Cinderella lifestyle that she was living. And now you're happy because you finally got an appreciative, genuine woman that's grateful for what you're bringing into her life, and she's willing to cooperate and get on your program. Everybody's happy, right? Why are we making this so complicated? Because the people who lose in this equation are Western women. English-speaking women are going to get left in the dust one way or another. Let's say that everything was going, peachy with our economy. Let's just say we didn't have all these pending threats, war with Russia, the collapse of the economy, global warming. Let's say we didn't have all those issues. Western women would still be doomed, because eventually more and more Western men would be getting the fuck up out of here and going elsewhere to find women. Right? Now, let's say shit does collapse. Well, guess what? They're still screwed, because most of them are single. So there's going to be no men that are taking care of them out of obligation. So they're going to have to hope and pray that these simps are going to be willing to die for them when the economy collapses, because they're not going to be able to make the adjustment. Most of these women don't got no money in the bank. They don't got no cryptocurrency. They don't own no property, nothing. You know who does? Those nerdy guys that weren't good enough for you last week. Those guys have some Bitcoin. Those guys own something somewhere. They own a townhouse or something. You see what I'm trying to say? Those guys that were corny, that were nerds, that just save all their money and stay home all day, those guys probably have a little something put away. They probably got some silver or some gold away, right? So when this shit hits the fan, women are going to be shit out of luck because their pussy is going to stop selling on the internet. Guys aren't going to be like, oh my God, the economy's crashing. Let me sub to some more OnlyFans accounts. No. They're going to start unsubscribing like a motherfucker. Once the American dollar gets tight, guys are going to start unsubscribing to OnlyFans in droves. Okay? And what are those women going to do when that's all their income? That's their main source of income. Instagram and OnlyFans and all this shit. What are they going to do? They got no money saved. No investments. What are they going to do when nobody wants to buy their feet pics and their nudes and whatnot? And they don't have an actual man that loves them and is going to die for them. They're screwed. Now when you go to these foreign countries, you know who's going to be screwed when all these Western men start to migrate? The poorest men in those countries. Okay? Poppy's going to have to die alone now. Little Edgar, he's going to have to die alone now. Because his dollar ain't going to mean shit to the women there when you have guys coming from Australia, Canada, Germany, England, America. When those guys start coming over there and marrying up their women, what are these broke ass local dudes going to do? They're going to die alone. Right? Or they're going to take their little bit of money at the end of the week, they're going to buy some cheap beer, and they're going to buy some cheap prostitutes. Mm-hmm. I've been to these countries. That's what they do. The guys that don't make enough money to secure a good-looking woman, they get them a fat SpongeBob SquarePants shaped, Mexican girl, or, wherever the heck she's from, El Salvador or whatever. Girl walking around looking like an M&M. And then they take a little bit of money they make every week and they go buy a young, good-looking girl for an hour. That's the pattern. That's the pattern. Right? That's the pattern. And then you see the most beautiful women from that country married to some 50-year-old, guy from England. That's what you see. Some 48-year-old from Ireland is married to the most beautiful 24-year-old they got there. That's what you're going to start to see. And then it's like black women doing it to themselves. Over here talking about black men ain't shit and you hate black men should die. Divestment. It's like, go ahead. Go ahead, sis. It ain't going to work out. Because first of all, there ain't enough non-black men to marry up these disgruntled black women. There isn't enough. That's first and foremost. The numbers aren't even there. The second thing is the side effect of talking like that is going to be dramatic. Because here's the thing. Talking like that is going to become the norm. And then the guys are going to say, you know what? I was trying to, stick with my sisters. I was going to try to keep on tolerating and keep trying to find me a black chick that I could somewhat struggle with and get along with. But you know what? If you're going to straight up tell me, fuck black men, you know what I'm saying? You looking for a white boy, then it's like, well, shit, you giving me the green light to go get me a white girl and not feel guilty now. Because there's a lot of black dudes who aren't dating outside simply because of some type of guilt. Yeah. But women gonna do what they always do. They're gonna run their mouth without thinking of the consequence. You see what I'm trying to say? They're not thinking of the consequences. So when you run around saying, I'm strong, independent, I got my own money, niggas is putting their wallet away quietly. When you say that, men ain't gonna sit there and argue with you. They're gonna put their wallet in their back pocket. They're gonna put the little button on it. You know how sometimes the pocket has a button on it? They're gonna button up that American Express and they're gonna walk the fuck away from you. You just told me you ain't need me. You just told me you don't need my money. You told me you don't respect nothing that I bring to the table, so I'm gonna get up out of here. And then when Becky comes sit on my lap and tell me how I'm so strong, dark, and handsome, well, shit. Now I'm gonna go back in my pocket now, unbutton that motherfucker, and I'm gonna pull that wallet out. Mm-hmm. This is what's gonna happen. Because women aren't thinking about the domino effect. They just blurting shit out emotionally. And they're not thinking where this is gonna go 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the line. So when you on social media posting pictures of this white boy and Now you posting pictures with this Asian guy, you posting pictures with this Indian dude. It's like, all right, keep hashtagging that. Keep hashtagging that. Because niggas ain't gonna hashtag shit. Remember, dudes ain't like chicks. Dudes ain't gonna get a white girl and then show her off on Instagram. But I tell you this much, white girls go get a black man and show him off on Instagram though. So now you can see all these white girls now who were timid before, now they're gonna be throwing that black dude all up on their stories, all up on their reels. Because they're thinking, oh, it's open season, right? Black women are doing it. Black women are showing these unattractive white guys that we don't want. So we're gonna go ahead and show these tall, dark, handsome motherfuckers with muscles and tattoos. We're gonna go ahead and show him off. It's cool, right? You can't get mad at us, right? And black women gonna take that L. Because I'm yet to see some black women really throwing up some attractive non-black men.
Yeah.
It's never the case. It's always some unattractive dude that his own women don't even want him. Right?
I be seeing couples, like black women who are racist, and it makes me wonder, like, is she because he's not, I don't know, they just, you know how whenever you look at a couple, it just does not look right.
You can tell it's by default. That's what it is. They coping. Because when you're really happy, you don't got to be showing it off like that. There ain't no reason for you to be showing some white dude doing your nappy daughter's hair. There ain't no reason for you to be showing that to the public. You're showing that to the public because you're trying to send a message. You're trying to prove, see, somebody wants me. Yeah, somebody that nobody else wants. So y'all with each other by default. So that's what I'm trying to say. Black women are embarrassing themselves with this divestment bullshit. Because I'm telling you right now, you put the average couple together where the man is black and the woman is not black, and compare it to the average couple where the woman is black and the man is not black. Every fucking time, the black dude and the white woman or Spanish woman or whatever she is are going to be more attractive than the black woman and the non-black dude. Every fucking time. Even if the black woman is attractive physically, she always got a terrible fucking attitude that strong men don't want to deal with. That's what it is. Right, that's what it is that you have an attitude that you're not willing to check. Right? Strong men are allergic to your attitude. And the funny thing is, the way they describe it is, he can't handle me. It's not that he can't handle you, it's that strong men don't want to fight women. What the fuck?
You don't want to do.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Only weak niggas want to argue with women and shit. That's crazy. No strong men want to argue with women or fight with women. It doesn't make any sense to them. In their mind, they're supposed to be entitled to women, and the women are supposed to come with good behavior because they're strong. If you're a strong dude and you're beating out other dudes, you're expecting women to just come to you and behave because you've already proven yourself by beating all the other guys. You don't expect women to come and now challenge you. You're like, wait. What just you didn't just see me beat guys? You didn't just see me earn more money than guys? You didn't just see me be bigger and taller than these guys? You didn't just see me win? And now you're gonna come over here and try to challenge me? If I beat men on a daily basis, what the fuck makes you think that you're gonna come and challenge me as a woman? But this is how they were raised. They were raised this way. And somehow, if they're not letting the man lead and letting the man be in control, somehow they're convinced that they're weak. Which is why these women think that they can't just be quiet. They can't just shut up. How many times have guys said that? That's another thing that Cam Newton mentioned. He said a lot of these women, they don't know when to be quiet. They don't know when to just let their man lead. Exactly. And if you say that out loud to a black woman, she's insulted, and what does she do? The opposite of be quiet. She starts yelling, putting her hands up, getting all animated and all energetic, and it's like, this is exactly what dudes don't want. This is exactly what quality men do not want. That you can't stay in your place. Stay in your fucking place. But hey, it is what it is, because here's the thing, when it comes time to pay for something, they ain't kicking and screaming talking about, I got this, I'm paying for it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? When it's time to lift something heavy, they ain't like, I got this. When it's time to fight, they're like, get back, boo, I got this, I'ma fight, I'ma protect you. No, you're not trying to step up any of those times, but verbally you want to step up and argue? Really?
Yeah.
Who taught you that? Oh, your single mom taught you that. I see. Who else taught you that? Oh, your miserable, lonely aunt that died alone. Mm-hmm. Your mammy. That's who taught you that, right? A bunch of women that never kept a man. Those are the women that taught you to behave that way. Interesting. That's like a man taking business advice from broke men. It just doesn't make any sense.
My mom talks like that. Same. Well, she's been with the same man since I was like 5. But whenever I got to middle school and throughout, she always drilled that I need to be independent, this, that. And so, my dad, he's never said anything negative, but as he got older, he did tell me like, you know, you don't need to worry about settling down right now. Just make your money, take your daughter, this and that. So long. But my mom, it took her maybe like a week ago. She's and she's not in the mindset anymore. But for years, like from the time I was till probably a couple years ago, she was stuck in that same. And so, like, I never understood. That's the mindset that it's the mindset that I'm gonna have in a relationship. Then I don't need to be in the relationship. I need to figure out why I feel like.
Yeah, so but listen, women can have multiple things in their life, but they need to be done in the right order.
Yeah.
Okay, so even if a woman, like for example, these women be trying to do the independent thing first, and then later on eventually settle up with a beta male that's going to provide for them. Even if that was your strategy, you did it in the wrong order. You should have fucking settled with the beta male early and then went back to focusing on work after you secured the beta male. Let him pay the bills while you focus on work, your career, making your money, saving your money. So now you don't spend all his damn money to provide for you for X amount of years. And now when you're like, all right, this isn't working anymore, I need to find the guy that I really want to be with or whatever, you at least would be in a good position financially. And now you could go into that relationship not having to depend on that guy, but ending up being able to depend on that guy. This is a lot of shit women are doing backwards. For example, women that want to be a mother and they want to be a career woman. Okay, but they're doing it backwards. They're focusing on school and career first, and then later trying to be in a rush to pressure some guy into getting them pregnant and settling with them. When they're the least marketable to a guy. When they're the least valuable for motherhood and for marriage, that's when you're trying to pressure a guy. That's when you're trying to rush a guy. What you should have did was secured the guy and the kid early. Then when your kid's like 10, you would have already planned with your guy, like, listen, I want to go back to school. I want to go back to work. I want to do all these things. And the guy would have said, all right, you know what? Fine. I ain't going to hold you. Go ahead and pay it forward. Give me my kid. Give me your best years, right? And then when you're fucking 30, 32 or whatever, and the kid is fucking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, fine. Go ahead, go back to school. Go to school for 3 years, 4 years. Or you could have started taking classes online when the kid was 6 or 7 and wasn't that much of a handful. You could have already started, working on your education or whatever from home. Okay? And now that the kid is preteen, now you can go back out into the career field and go work and go do whatever you want to do. All right? And we'll just do it like that. And then the woman ends up having it all. She has the kids, she has the husband, and she has the career. But nope, women do it backwards. They do it in the order that society told them that benefits who? Benefits the elites. That's who it benefits. It benefits all the restaurants because you're dating and sleeping with random guys that gotta feed you, right? It benefits all the nightclub owners because you brought your sexy ass in that sexy dress and those high heels to stand online for 20, 30 minutes so that the nightclub looks like it's packed and full of hot chicks, and then when you pay all your money to get in there, it's empty, right? And then it's finally starting to fill up in the club, and now guys are spending all this money on alcohol because there's a bunch of hot, sexy young chicks up in here that should be at home making babies and taking care of home, right? Then you're spending your ass in the mall all on the weekends. You're all in the mall in the daytime, buying up all this high-end fashion that's gonna be out of style next week. You're out here spending all this money on shit that's gonna be old tomorrow, right? To try to keep up with the Joneses and keep up with Kim Kardashian and keep up with all these other hoes on Instagram, right? You're spending thousands of dollars at Sephora on makeup. You're getting your hair done every 3 days. You're getting your nails done every week, right? Wasting all this fucking money, right? Just being a consumer, just being a consumer, right? When you should have been building your home, focusing on your children, your nest, and then later you could have went back out in the workforce when you were smarter, older, more mature, and you already would be happier than a motherfucker because you already have your kids, you already have your husband. And if it's not working out and you guys are gonna get divorced or whatever, so what? You were together for the most influential years of your children's life, and now you can go back out on the market at 36, 37. You can go sleep with younger guys. You can do whatever the fuck you want. It wouldn't matter at that point, right? But no, women are doing everything backwards. All the things that need to be done when they're young, they're putting it off until they're older. And all the things that matter when they're older, they're trying to do them when they're young. Who told them to do this shit? Oprah. You see? Instagram. Right? Netflix. Fucking Lizzo. Beyonce. Rihanna. Who told them to do this shit? Cardi B. And then when you look at these bitches, the first thing they fucking do is go and have a kid and a husband. That's the funny thing. The same bitches that's telling you to do all this dumb shit, the first thing they go do is they go secure their fucking family.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, this shit is unbelievable. This shit is hilarious to me. It's hilarious to me. And they falling for this shit. And the niggas too. They out here listening to these rappers and all this other shit. Them niggas ain't doing none of that shit they talking about. These motherfuckers is admitting they don't even use drugs, but all their records is about getting high. Come on, man. So this shit is an effort. It's an effort to distract people and to keep the economy going how it's going. Because women not cooking has got the restaurant business thriving. Thriving. Because all these bitches want to do is go to expensive restaurants and post the shit on their story. That's all they're going to do. And then they pretend to like the food most of the time. A lot of times these bitches don't even like the food. Right? But they're just over here trying to make some hardworking bitch jealous. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make some hardworking chick that's at home taking care of her kids and her family jealous. And they're all falling for it. So now the women that actually do have husbands, actually do have children, the husband's working hard to provide for them, now they're becoming a bunch of ungrateful bitches. Because every time they open up their Instagram, they feel like they're left out. They feel like they're missing something because they're cleaning up baby throw up. It's unbelievable. So the bitches out here thotting, they're empty because they don't have the family, and the bitches that have the family, they feel empty because they're not out here thotting. It's amazing to me, man. It is, wow.
You're super old fashioned, and that's not a bad thing. I love your perspective on it because I don't need a lot of guys that have that same exact perspective.
Listen, it was working for all these years. Why we keep trying to change it? That's the funny thing. Everybody keeps acting like something is outdated and old school, but it was working better than what's working now. It's working better than what's working now. And all the women out here complaining of the quality of men. Men are trash. Men are this, men are that. Okay, well, what's changed? What's changed is that we ain't doing things traditionally anymore. That's why men today are trash. Because they're not taught how to be real men when they're young. They're not going through no rite of passage. They wasn't raised by no men. They wasn't taught any morals, any virtue. That's why they're trash. Hello? So why are women trash today? Same reason. No traditions. So how the fuck are you gonna sit here and act like I'm tripping if I'm, on my old school shit when that old school shit was working?
Yeah.
The women were better quality back in the day, and the men were stronger and more reliable, more noble back in the day. So whatever we was doing 50 years ago, motherfuckers need to start doing that again. Okay, it's that simple. If it worked before, it'll work again. And they using all the tricks to distract us and manipulate us that they've used in the past. They just updated the shit with the internet. They updated it with technology. It's like, oh, we don't got to lie in the newspaper anymore. We can lie on Twitter. Same shit. We don't got to lie in black and white movies anymore. We can lie in 4K. Birth of a Nation wasn't nothing but a bunch of lies, but it was black and white and it had subtitles. Now they lying to us in movies that have perfect clarity. It's the same shit. They ain't changed none of their tricks. The same way the politics used to go, the same way politics go today.
They made it easier to cheat too. Like all this social media going on, like apps and everything. Like it's like more access, or it's just more access to cheating, and I feel like that's the number marriages don't last. Not financial situation.
Well, look.
That's my opinion.
If women could work today, let me tell you something. This is how you know. This is how you know they put the Jezebel spirit in these broads, because the moment they started letting chicks go to school, what they were supposed to do with that is bring a second income home to their families. The moment they let these chicks go out here and get this money, they should have been like, oh shit, I can't wait to bring this money home to my husband. Watch what we gonna do with this money together. Yeah. But that's not what happened. Every time you give women an advantage or a leg up, what they do? They take it and go be selfish with it. They go be selfish with it. If you over here giving men scholarships, what happens? They get married earlier. You give men a grant. What he gonna do with that grant? Start a business, get married earlier. You give a man a promotion, what he gonna do? Get married. You send a man to the military, give him all these benefits and GI loan, what he gonna do? Get married. Come on, man, I ain't making this shit up. Yeah. Anytime you give a man an abundance of resources, he gonna do one or two things. He gonna run out there and get a bunch of pussy real quick and then settle down, or he just gonna settle down with the chick that he already was with. Yeah. This is what guys do when you give them resources. When you give a guy stability, the first thing he's thinking is, what vagina can I go share this with? Even if you're giving a dope boy some fast cash, he going to the strip club to throw it around on a vagina. He ain't gonna go support his boy. He ain't gonna be like, yo, I'm finna buy you a mixtape. Oh, I'm finna go down and go spend some money with my boy. He got his own sneaker shop. I'm about to go buy a bunch. No, he ain't thinking like that. He thinking, I'm about to go throw some money on some random strippers. I'm about to go throw some money on some strange women that I just met. So even if he's a good kid from a good family, or if he's a roughneck nigga that grew up in a terrible, toxic environment, either way, you give him some money, the first thing he do is go share it with some pussy. Yeah. This is how we're wired, right? So how is it that when you give a woman some resources, the first thing that she do is say, oh, shit, I don't need no man. Oh, shit, I don't need no man. You see what I'm saying? Uh-oh, shit, girl, yeah. We don't need him. Where the fuck did that come from? True. So it's just interesting. But I would have thought that if you give women this stuff, they're going to want to share it with a guy and be like, yo, listen, I got this extra money. What can you do with it? Anytime a girl's ever come to me with some money, I say, shit, listen, this is what we about to do. We about to flip this. Let's flip this money. But there's very few women that think like that. There's very few women that are going to come to you and say, listen, I got this extra money. My grandmother left me this money. Or I caught this simp dude slipping. He offered me this money. Or I found this money. Or whatever. There's very few women that's going to bring it to their man and say, baby, what do you think we should do with this? Most women will hide it from him because their mother told them to. You need to hide something. You need to hide something away, baby. Baby girl, you need to hide something away for a rainy day. You can't trust no man. You never know. He can leave you. Really? Really? Because if you chose properly, then how the hell would that nigga do something like that when it's not in his character? If you chose the right character dude.
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's up, man?
Hey, we close at 11, okay?
All right, that's cool. What time is it now? Oh, okay. All right, I'm packing up right now.
Yeah, I can't leave you here, sir.
All right, I gotta pack it up. They got the building the committee is here on me, guys. So we ran a little bit over, but we might have to come back and do it again. Then we might have to finish up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna holler at you guys, man.
All right. Bye.
Appreciate you.